Well, we definitely did just have a moment where we should have been live, and
We're
hey,
professionals.
what's the temperature outside of where you live, Josh? We're not recreating anything.
No, this is totally natural. It is currently 36 outside where I'm at.
It is currently 69 where I am at.
Nice.
I know, right?
It was totally much more natural backstage. It absolutely was not. We were.
No,
It was. That was a totally off the. We are witty professionals.
that was 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
That's great.
absolutely.
And the one person that was watching left.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, that was great. Okay. Just the fact that that one person that was watching us left is it's a piece de resistance. That's perfect.
I'm gonna choose to believe it was a dig, and he's like, "Okay, I'm done."
He's like, oh, what are they? Yeah, I'm gonna fucking leave. No, I don't think so.
I mean, dang, at least we're not doing an AI story.
Hey, speaking
As,
of,
as magical as they are.
on our
I'm sorry.
calendar,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. As whimsical as they are.
yes, we're actually gonna have time to do a short AI story if we so desired. Um, if we wanted
Really?
to, we could, yeah, because if we're doing 2 episodes per, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means 2, and then we do 2 more. So, like, June 16th is when I believe June 16th is when the
I believe that's when House of the Dragon starts up.
yeah. So we're gonna have like a month.
Okay.
So we could do another one. If y'all would like another adventure, okay? Which I have no idea. You know what? How about this? If you are so lucky to be one of the people who decided to join us right now, all right? Comment right now. What AI story you think we should do? Oh, I just got an idea, so that might have been a silly thing to do.
Okay.
Because we're doing the thing where people they can't let go of the brilliant series they made. So, what message is here?
What are you doing?
I'm sending this to you.
Oh.
did
Hmm. That's
did I
some
make
we there's some potential there.
right? Alternate universe. There's potential.
Okay.
There we go. All
Yeah.
right. So that's a potential. Wait, another potential is this is very riveting for everybody.
Isn't it?
I don't know how to spell that name. so, so we have that one too that we can
that
do.
that could be fun.
Yeah. So we have those are the options that I just came up with off the top of my head.
Okay.
So
All right. Yeah.
we're building out this universe. It is actually crazy that we could have a wiki on this. I think we have more content now than Firefly ever did. So isn't that insane? Anyway. So Oh my god, my phone's about to die. No! That's how I keep up with shit. Okay, give me a second. I will be right back. I knew there was something I forgot. I need to go grab my phone charger. That way I
Okay.
can kind of keep up with stuff. Yeah, un
We're
momento.
professionals.
So we are professionals.
Yeah, I made sure my phone was charged before the show, so that I don't have to rely on it because I am a professional. uh so yeah, so the plan for today is we're covering Fallout Season 1, Episodes 3 and 4. And I have some things to say. And good afternoon to you, Scott Westbrook. Appreciate you being here. Looks like you're the only one here. How long does it take to get a charger?
It'd work better if I actually was not muted when I started talking.
There we go. We're professionals.
We're so professional.
So, I made a bit of a mistake.
What'd you do?
So, as of right now, my days off from my job are on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
So I watched both episodes yesterday.
Yeah.
I I didn't take into consideration how meticulous my notes are.
Uh-huh.
It took me 8 hours.
Okay. You gotta stop.
I spent 8 hours taking notes.
Forge, sir. Sir.
I'm like, why am I so detailed?
You need to stop. Okay.
Yeah.
No. All right. No. You need to stop that.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm doing right now? Fallout Season 1, Episode 3, Wiki.
The wiki, because we're professionals.
Yes! Well, that way I can talk about it. Because if I don't, I'm going to be inundated with ads.
I mean, true.
So. Oh, I'm in Season 2. Why did I said Season 1? Why did you give me Season 2? I was like, what's a bottling? What does that mean? I don't actually know.
So, the beginning, we see Cooper Howard in the past before the bombs, and he's filming a movie.
What? No. It's actually called, and I didn't even realize this until I got on this page, California Crest Studios.
Yes.
So, and the wiki actually put it in order and didn't just follow it by character, which was very annoying last week.
Yeah, it was a good thing I had meticulous notes last time, wasn't it?
Yes, but I have meticulous notes created by other people this time.
So he stops filming because he's worried about having to kill a man.
Yeah, which is hilarious.
Yeah, it is a we're kind of we see a juxtaposition between where he is before the war and how he is now, where like he doesn't hesitate on killing someone at all, as the ghoul.
Yeah. So we have I guess he's playing a very like how do I put this? Almost an annoyingly heroic person where like they don't like that killing them
Honorable?
wouldn't. There we go. Well, like that is kind of the character they're playing, right?
Yeah.
Um,
And my God,
and
Walter Goggins.
I love him. I do.
And
He
especially since he's essentially playing two separate characters.
oh yeah, if you had the before and the after, you
Yeah.
could a lot of yeah. So he is essentially that is correct. Whew. Um, the Man from Dead Horse, which is super funny. Of a name of a movie. Um, but
I'd watch it.
if it's good, yeah. So the
I mean,
director,
it's got Walter Goggins in it, so I'll watch it.
am I good?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, so my computer just decided that it wanted the screen to be off for some reason.
Oh.
Um, yeah. It was like, "Oh, are you active?" "Yes, I'm still here. What do you mean?"
Are you fine now? Is your screen
"I
good?
think so." The screen came back.
Okay. Because
"Okay, you silly thing."
I know occasionally it can like completely yeet you, but the connection stays live for a while. That's happened.
Oh, that's funny. Can you hear me? What the connection is still live. I'm just like, "God damn
Let me do a quick
stupid
check on
thing."
the Let me do a quick check on the YouTubes.
I should be fine. It says I'm still live. It's just,
Yeah, I
you
hear
know.
you. Yeah, I hear you on the YouTube.
Okay, good. I mean, I'm sorry. So the director is explained that the scene is meant to show that even a good man can be driven to commit terrible acts. Which, depending on what this villain has done, is debatable on whether or not what he is doing is a terrible act, right?
Yeah, I mean we haven't seen the whole movie, so
Yeah.
it's hard to judge it.
If he robbed a convenience store, debate you need to kill him, right? If he went on a murder rampage, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, so Cooper then tries to call one of the writers, whose name is Cadillac Bob, and I love that.
Yes. And was it the writer? I thought it was the producer. I thought they mentioned it was the producer of the film.
It is the producer. I said writer. Why did I put writer? Oh, because my brain likes to skip sentences sometimes and go up or down. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you telling you brain, you're great. So anyway, one of
And
the producers, yes,
yeah, he's been fired because he's a bit of a communist.
which quite frankly
I mean,
could
it's Hollywood,
mean
so
yeah, well, in modern day Hollywood, yeah, you could. But like back then, anything what constituted a communist wasn't always
yes,
communist. So
very. I mean, the Red Scare was very real.
very
So yeah,
horrible. Like
yeah.
you just had to be
Lot
accused of
lot of people got
something.
a lot of people got blacklisted for no real apparent reason.
It's really silly, you know. Um, one could argue that they overcorrected. It's like, no,
That's fair. Yeah.
there is a difference in believing in something and then, you know, then actually trying to destabilize the U.S. government. Okay, just being like, oh well, I understand what they're, I empathize with what they're talking about, you know, and then going, no, actually.
Right.
We are KGB sleeper operatives that are here to disabilize the American government. Those are very different things. But they didn't really view them as different things back then. So, and it was this fear. It was like communism was essentially like a they treated it like an infectious virus,
Yeah, that's fair.
which is interesting. Let's see. So the movie So the movie is supposed to focus on strong individualism in a lawless world. Oh my god.
And then he goes outside and he starts flirting with his wife. It's like, aren't you in the middle of filming? All right.
Okay, so you also were kind of annoyed by that. I was like, I don't really have an issue with any of what's happening, and then it's like it didn't dawn on me that that was his wife, and I was just like, maybe this is how they met. I didn't realize they were married already. I just thought maybe this is how they meet. Like, okay, this is kind of a cute, she's getting some food, and he's kind
Mhm.
of just being flirty. Like, never mind, it's not. Not only are they married, they have reproduced.
Yep.
So I was very wrong in the timeline of that.
And then one of the things I have here in my notes is like she mentions like one of the flavors that she likes is lavender because it's very subtle. And I'm like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
Lavender is very
No.
potent.
No, I have to be very careful with lavender because it is very easy for me to get a headache from it being so potent. So, like,
It's like a
bath
lavender.
stuff?
Yeah, like lavender is it's a scent and it's a flavor that is very, very, very strong. A little goes a long way type of things.
Yes.
So
And
when
I
she
do
said
mean
lavender, I like lavender because it's subtle. I'm like, no, it's not.
you're lying.
What are you talking about, lady?
And then, like, it's almost like she knew. She was kind of trolling him a little bit because then he eats it and he's like, that is the grossest thing ever. And I was like, yeah, lavender taffy sounds disgusting.
Yep.
So, um, I'm not a
And
big
then
taffy person anyway, but that really sounds gross.
yeah. Um and she gives she gives him something for a photo shoot. They just leave, and I'm like, but aren't you
Okay,
on the sound stage filming your movie? Okay.
yeah. He was like, hey, I need a little bit of a break, and then proceeds to flirt with his wife, get a costume, and leave to go do something else. And I was like, oh, wait, hold on. But I thought, was this not a take 5?
She doesn't work for the studio, so it's not like she can pull him off to work on something else real quick, to do some like promotion or anything like that. She works for Vault Tech.
Yep. So
So
then
yeah, I
we,
was a little confused by that.
okay, all right. I just needed one more scene in there where it was like, oh, the sun's getting too low for this scene for this day.
But they were on a
Hey,
sound stage.
no, I know. I know. I'm just saying that, like, this is what this should have been, right? Is that, oh, hey, the sun's getting, if this was actually, like, if they were on a set, does that make sense? You
Hmm.
could easily have gone, the sun's getting a little too low for the shots, right? Um, we're gonna cut to do something else that happens closer to, like, the sunset, so it's nighttime, and go ahead and do that today instead of, you know what I mean? Kind of just slightly rearrange the schedule just because the sun's positioning is important in the
Yes.
continuity of certain scenes. So that, to me, that would have made sense, right? But yeah, hey, they're on a soundstage. That doesn't really even matter. Um,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah, you can kind of like
and
have the lighting be whatever you want it to be on a soundstage. That's why they film on sound stages.
yes, and it doesn't really look that good usually.
It
Somehow
depends.
them filming on
It
this,
depends. It depends on who's doing the lighting.
true, that is true. I don't know. I like, maybe I'm old fashioned, Josh. I like the good old sun.
You Southerners with your
I know.
outdoorsiness.
Oh yeah, I'm very outdoorsy. definitely. That is, you could very
Is that why
easily.
is that why you're doing a podcast right now? Because you're outdoorsy?
Yeah, very outdoorsy person.
Anyway, so we go back to the ghoul and dog meet, and they find Wilzig's headless body.
Yep,
And we see him starting to cough a little bit, so he takes some of his yellow vial stuff,
great.
and then they just start following Lucy's trail.
Because she left the trail.
Well, I
I
mean,
get it.
it's like sand, so it's,
I
it's
know.
coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere. But it also leaves footprints.
I know. And I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, she's naive and yeah, she doesn't really know what she's doing. And
She also has no
again,
idea. She also does at this point. She has no idea that people would be after this thing.
yeah. And to be fair, I don't think I could necessarily 100% blame her for being so naive because I think I would probably be acting very similar to her in a lot of regard of the naiveness. If a lot of us
Mhm.
would, because we wouldn't know any better, honestly. And we've kind of been
She's
told
supposed
things.
at this point. She is supposed to be the audience's surrogate.
Yes.
She's experiencing the wasteland for the first time, like with the audience.
Yep. And
Um,
generally speaking, every story has one of those.
it is it's helpful in a world that is just vastly different than the regular world. To have a
Yeah.
character, to have a fish out of water type of character. That way, people can get caught up to speed, understand. When that character sees something happening, it's told to the audience, so they get to get it too.
Yeah.
Um, because I personally find it irritating when you have characters that know everything and talk about it like they've never done it before. It's like, don't you all know all this?
Yeah.
I
I'm
I
like
find that dialogue really, really irritating.
yeah, oh, this happened, and you don't really talk about it, right?
Well, as you know, it's like, well, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you do know that. That's why are we talking about it? Like you've never done this before.
Yes. And it is very difficult to successfully have a story where there is no fish or water out of fish out of water character. I just kicked my microphone, or not my microphone, my headphones out. So hold
Because we're
on, hold
professional.
on. I'm a professional. I swear to God, I'm a professional. Okay, I
And
think
then
it's done.
and then the ever important I do have the yodel count is now at 10.
Thank you. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't notice the yodel because I wasn't thinking about it, but now that you've stated it again, I need to focus on it again.
They did tone down the amount of times there was a yodel because it was so constant in the first two episodes. Like, I mean, this is episode 3, and we're at yodel count 10.
Damn.
So, I think I forget what number I was at the end of this, but they definitely toned it back.
Okay. So
Um,
the
back to
ruins of
Lucy,
Los Angeles, which
yep,
nobody is sad about.
and nothing of value was lost.
Yes.
But back to Lucy.
Yes.
Um, she's just carrying the head.
Yes.
And then I have a rather lengthy note right here, so let me go over this.
Oh.
Um, this is where we start to have issues with her character. She's been stabbed by the man who's supposed to be her husband, saw many friends die, saw her father sacrifice his freedom for her, abandoned her home. She got robbed of her water, saw rad roaches letting her know just how much radiation has changed the world, met a guy giving her cryptic advice, saw how the world views vault dwellers, saw the same cryptic man get his foot blown off, stared down the barrel of a gun and was saved by a power armor guy. Uh, Helped the cryptic man get a fake leg, watch him bleed out. He tells her she can change the world, but he won't tell her how. And then she has to saw his head off. And
With a
all of that,
chainsaw.
within the last 3 days. We
Yeah.
don't see how any of this is really affecting her. That's my note.
And I feel like what they're going for is she is a happy-go-lucky, whatever, I'll roll with it person. Wait, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Wait, what? We're here?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Huh?
So, yeah, I mean, but am I wrong? Has
No!
she experienced all that within a roughly 3 days from what we can tell?
Yes.
That's a lot
That's
of
what I'm
trauma.
well, that's what I'm saying is, like, I understand that they're probably trying to go for a happy-go-lucky, um, kind of like la 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 person, you know?
Mhm.
But
Well, okay,
it
Rambam.
doesn't
Okay,
really work.
Rambam. Well, Wilzig died at the end of episode 2, and he had the blue thingy embedded into his neck, and he told her to when he was dead to cut off his head and take it to Moldaver. That's how it ended that's how Lucy's story ended at the end of episode 2.
It makes sense.
Yeah, totally. She's also just handling this head, and there's like no like absolute disgust at handling a human head.
I think, personally, I would have put it in a bag.
Which, in fairness, she does later.
Yeah.
Now I do also I have it here. I like that they actually do have her trying to figure out why he wanted his head brought to her to Moldaver, and so she's like kind of like looking for something, and that's and the blue thingy that's in his neck zapped her.
Yes. It went no touch. No touch. Which, yeah, no touch.
Yeah, and then she took out a tracker that she has on the Pip-Boy and shoves it up his nose in case she loses it. Which it's like, okay, you're showing her being somewhat forethinking. I appreciate that.
Yes.
And then she starts getting all squishy thinking about Maximus.
That was the grossest way you could have put it. Why did you do that?
Is she not dreaming of Maximus?
She is, but what incarnation? Okay.
It was a 1950s like short I once saw, and she describes her crush as making her feel squishy, and that's always stayed with me with a 50s type idyllic character.
That's worse. What the hell? No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Anyway, back to Maximus.
Yes, now we're back to Maximus. Philly's
Oh joy.
Yay.
I have so many questions with Maximus.
I don't know if I like him or not. I can't ever decide if I like it. It's same thing with Lucy. The goal, I consistently like him. But I don't know about the Maximus. He's
Yeah.
it's like, oh, he's also a little naive, but he's not.
But he doesn't have the excuse Lucy does, though. That's the
Yes.
problem. It's like I can at least excuse Lucy being naive to how things are in the wasteland because she hasn't lived in the wasteland. He has.
Yes. Yes, he has.
Anyway, so the power armor got all beat up from his fight with the ghoul, and so he's propping it up to try to make repairs. I have I I have it here in my notes. You're gonna try to repair the power armor? Didn't you not know what a circuit was in the first episode?
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I forgot that he didn't know what a circuit was in the first episode.
I'm just putting that out there. He didn't even recognize what a circuit is, and he's now gonna try to repair power armor. Sure.
Sure, that's fine. I'm sure he has a plan. He has a
Yeah.
little instruction manual thing that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fine.
He takes a little doohickey off of it. And then he gets a call from the Brotherhood asking for Knight Titus. And so he's like, this is Knight Titus. Haven't they established that the power armor already alters your voice? So like, why is he doing a mimicking voice?
I didn't even realize he was doing a mimicking voice.
Yeah.
I just thought the power armor was changing his. Oh my god, okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. The power armor, they established the power armor alters your voice. So all the people in the power armors have the same voice, which is something that's not in the games, by the way. But in the show, if you're in a suit of power armor, you have the same voice as anyone else in a power armor suit. They've established that. So when he gets a call from the Brotherhood asking, for like an update, he like has the radio and he's like, oh, "This is Knight Titus. How are you?" Like, what? Why are you doing that? You know, the radio automatically alters your voice. So why try to mimic it?
That's a great question. I don't know.
This is why it took me 8 hours.
I didn't realize he was forcing. I didn't realize that was happening. Damn it.
These are the details I'm paying attention to.
No, we don't do that here.
They ask for a status update, and he's like, "Oh, we got a small fire here. Everything's under control. How are you?"
Thank you. All right, that's exactly what I was thinking about during that scene. I was like, this reminds me
of. But then he does something really, really stupid.
Doesn't he pull the thing?
Well, before that, so because Knight Titus hasn't checked in, and he's so they're asking for like an update. He mentions that his squire, aka him, is died, and he's like. And they're like, "Oh, then we'll send you a backup squire." He's like, "No, don't do that." And then he rips the and that's when he rips the radio out.
Yeah, they can't find me.
Like, dude, this is like a military operation. What? They're gonna send a backup.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, your squire died."
But
here's another.
Is it your birthday?
No, my birthday's not tomorrow. It's fine.
No. Okay.
Oh, what the fuck? What is this? Look, hey, did you plot something? You plotted. You're out here plotting. I don't appreciate you plotting without me. I do like it sometimes when you plot.
All right.
Baby.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. It's not till tomorrow, but it's okay. Woo! We're gonna go see The Mummy Returns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wee. So excited. Speaking of being excited.
Uh, oh yeah. So he rips out the. So he says that they were attacked by an abomination and his squire fell in battle. And my note here is, dude, how dumb are you? You basically trapped yourself in the power armor for the rest of your career. They're going to find out eventually.
Yes.
This is really dumb.
Yeah. Like I said, I can excuse a lot of what Lucy does because she is a naive dum-dum.
Mm-hmm.
All right, she doesn't know. She doesn't know what's going on really. And you know what? I wouldn't expect her to. But
Mm-hmm.
uh, Maximus 100% should be well versed in this
Yes.
to like a laughable. And is it this episode or the next episode that we kind of see that he's able to? He's a lot more smart. In regards to the workings of the world, I can't remember. Is it?
Um,
Or is that episode 5 and I'm just like crossing things over? I
I
might be crossing things over.
he's barely in episode 4.
Okay. Well, I might be thinking of episode 5.
Okay.
Because I know because there is another vault that happens,
Yes.
and it's right before that. That you know
Okay.
what I'm talking about?
Yes. Yes, I
The
do.
bridge. Okay. So I
Yep.
thought that was in episode
No, no,
4,
no.
but I
That's that.
might
Yeah,
have
that's
been
not.
that's episode 5. Okay.
Yeah, that's later.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. That was not in the episodes we covered. We're covering
Okay.
today.
All right. Cool. Well, okay. Later we find out, and later is happening. We find out that he is a lot more knowledgeable.
Yes.
And so seeing him act like this, now him being unfamiliar with how to deal with the situation he has created for himself, that's fine, right? Now he
Mm-hmm.
has been outside this is maybe the first time in a long time since he was a child he's been outside of the Brotherhood. So maybe he's not like 100% aware of how to deal with some things, right? Um, like as somebody who would be just out and about, right? Like the ghoul. The ghoul knows how to do everything properly. So it's almost like you had like a gradient of knows nothing, knows some things, knows everything. Does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense? And that would be fine, right? But he does some really dumb things occasionally. That
We will get to a big, really dumb thing he does real soon.
yes, yeah. What do you think I'm setting us up for?
Yeah. Um. So he's like, yeah, no, don't send me a new squire. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's like, dude, what did you think was gonna happen when you told them that you were dead? Like, of course they're gonna send you a squire. It's like it's a military operation wants to have some level of accountability with these extremely dangerous power armor suits.
Yes.
Um,
Shocking.
and then he just rips the radio out of the headset. Like, well, so now you can't call for backup if you do need help. And that's only going to make them want to try to track you down faster because they want to know what happened. Was he attacked or something? They don't know.
What? They want to know what happened to their very expensive and rare piece of armor.
It's
No.
shocking.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
And then I have just one little note here. Maximus is an idiot.
He is.
He goes into Philly and he hands a woman that has a robot voice a part of his armor. And he's like, "Hey, can you fix it?" And she's like, "I can for 5 caps, but all he's got is 4." And she's like, "Well, that's not enough." Oh, all
Bummer.
right.
I mean,
Um.
yeah, fair.
Uh, and then he sees a sign that says "We buy teeth." So he goes and he gets a tooth pulled and he gets caps for that.
Which is weird.
I
It's weird,
think it.
right?
I think it's more of a enamel is one of the hardest substances on planet Earth, and it never rusts. So I think
Oh
that's
God,
why.
you're uh,
Yeah, yeah. So I think there might be an economy for that in a post-apocalyptic world.
not a fan.
No,
Not a
but
fan at all of that,
it,
actually.
but it's also probably true.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is probably true. That's
Um,
disturbing.
so he goes back to her. He has some bottle caps, which that is the main currency in the Fallout games.
I know.
Uh, well, I don't know if the show ever actually properly explained that.
No, it doesn't explain that, but I mean, it's on signs in Philly in the
Yes,
first two
I'm
episodes,
just
so
saying. I don't think they ever actually explained that bottle caps are the currency in this world.
no. I'm not sure if they needed like, they did do a good job of showing, not telling, that that's the
Yeah,
case, and I kinda wish there were some more times that they did that.
yeah.
Um, and they do. They do a fair amount of both. My okay, just so that we get this out of the way, my main issue with Fallout is the stupidity of two of the main characters, turning on and off whenever they choose to have
Yeah.
them be that is my main issue, is Maximus and Lucy are as stupid as they need to be and as smart as they need to be, and whenever it is convenient for the plot.
Yes.
Alright? Because they are not dumb characters. They're
No.
not. They're
No.
actually not, because I see that they're not several times, but they also so when they act very stupid, it bothers me.
You mean like Maximus leaving the power armor completely unattended,
Yes!
not hidden on the outskirts of a very busy city with a criminal underground?
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes, that really annoyed me.
Yeah, I actually forgot to. I actually did have that at my notes, and I forgot to mention it. But yeah, it's like, what are you doing?
Sir, what are you doing? You
It's
know
like
better.
that thing would be worth a fortune to a scavenger.
Yes.
Anyway,
So, he
so
returns
he
to the armor and,
well, hold on, because gets the thingy fixed. It's just one quick little
oh,
zap.
yes,
It's like ha 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 ha. Like, eh,
you lost a tooth for that.
yeah. Um, I, I also have a little note here of like, why does she have a robot voice if the implant is on her cheek? How is that affecting her her vocal cords?
So, it's like Batman where you can have the vocalizer anywhere on his body and it affects his voice.
Oh, okay, that makes
Mhm,
sense.
mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
All right. Um. So he returns to the power armor and it's being scavenged because of
Ew.
course it would be.
Of course! Why would it not?
Yeah.
Hell, when I'm playing games, like survival, if I came across it, I'd probably be scavenging it too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, can't blame them if I'd be doing the same thing in the game.
Um. Yeah. So he does like the heroic pose, like you step away from the armor, and they just go kick the shit out of him. It's like, yeah, dude, what did you expect?
Yes, exactly.
Um. My next note here is Lucy at least has an excuse being this naive.
Yeah, like that's something Lucy would have done.
So they attack him, and then I did take note of like uh Maximus, we see him try to get into the power armor, and I was like, dude, it's broken. That's why you abandoned it in the first place.
Yeah, I was like, wait, hold on. Did we forget that it was broken or?
He puts up a fight. He's outnumbered. They beat him senseless, and they start going to the power armor. And he he grabs what I put in my notes as he grabs a big boy wrench.
It is a
And
big boy wrench, I will
it,
agree.
yeah, it's a big boy wrench and a toilet seat. And then he shambles towards them as Johnny Cash starts playing.
Which is
Yeah.
funny.
I,
Just
I will say the soundtrack has been great.
oh yeah. I have nothing bad to say about the soundtrack right now.
Yeah.
So
He pummels the big guy. They start to overwhelm him, and then they pin him against the open power armor suit. Like, why? Why would you do that?
radiation, maybe, and big dumb.
My note here is like, why would you do that? Why put a man you clearly have on the ropes by the most dangerous weapon in the area?
You know what? You're gonna be that dumb, you deserve it.
Yeah, so Maximus gets his arm into the power armor arm and then crushes the leader's head.
Obviously.
And then the rest run off. My note here is
Obviously.
yeah. And then my next note here is this was avoidable, Maximus.
Yeah. So maybe next time put something over it.
Yeah, like a tarp or something. Go further out of town before you know, a little more hidden.
Like, come on, Maximus, you know better.
Like, yeah, like leaving the power armor where it was unattended was completely inexcusable. Hi, Snorty.
Hi, Snarty.
And then a bird.
Thank you. I'm very happy that we've now. It's impossible to read it as anything else. Vertibird, because
bird.
you want vert a bird. It's vertibird. Vertibird. Oh well, Snorty. Thank you.
A bird.
Vertibird.
So the Brotherhood of Steel found him. That was really, really fast.
Yeah, it's almost like they had his location or something.
Yeah. Does he though? Does he really? That's a good question, Rambam.
Maybe.
So he runs into Philly, where he would be plainly seen by the bird pilots.
Vertibird.
Like they're almost like from where they're dropping him off. Those pilots would basically be at eye level with Maximus. So like he's risking being seen by them right there.
Yes.
They drop they drop Thaddeus, his new squire, down to the middle of Philly. So Maximus then goes running back. He quickly gets the part into the power armor, gets it operational, climbs in just as Thaddeus arrives at the power armor. It's like, how? Like, he's carrying that huge bag. How did he get there within seconds of you?
He's very fast.
I guess so. It's like how did a guy carrying that huge load get up the ramp in Philly, locate Maximus, and get over there in just a fraction slower than Maximus, who was in a full sprint? He was just Thaddeus must have been just hauling.
Yeah, obvious. What do you mean? You didn't see him running in the background of the shots? You could see his little Ford just like Terminator 2 style running, just boom, 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 boom.
So he then pledges his service to his knight because he thinks he's Knight Titus. And then Maximus starts like messing with his head, causing Thaddeus to like start to like panic, asking like, "What did he do wrong? Why is he like, I do, like I don't know what I ever did to offend you and stuff like that. Please don't kill me, sir." And Maximus just gets this smile of a psychopath.
Yeah, I got very concerned very
Yeah.
quickly for Thaddeus.
And
What?
and he's like completely cowering in fear of this guy, and it's like, I get it, he was his bully, but like this isn't, these aren't likable character traits.
Yeah. It's like, okay, well, first of all, we didn't really see enough of the bullying.
We saw when we first meet Maximus, he's in a fight with Thaddeus.
Yeah, but that's not, to me, it's like, okay, I didn't get enough interaction between these two for me to be able to
No.
A-okay what he's contemplating.
Right.
Like, wait, hold on, buddy. Really? This is what we're doing? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get it. In the Brotherhood of Steel, a squire is a knight can treat their squire basically however the hell they want without any real repercussions. So like he does have a valid reason to be scared of his knight, but still, it doesn't do much for Maximus's character. The fact that he's like smiling like a prick at seeing a guy who bullied him a little bit, cowering in total fear of him.
Can I just say that so the last time I said, well, I understand why he did what he did, right? And I was kind of Team Maximus, right? Because of the how Titus was treating him, right? Okay. All right. No, like, he is such a shit. He's so shit being a knight. It actually makes, for me, it's like you're almost doing the Brotherhood a favor by killing him. You know, you're almost, because he's so bad at it. He's not even remotely brave. So he's not brave.
Right.
He throws his unarmed squires under the bus. So these trained squires who might potentially be a knight someday are just cannon fodder for this. Yeah, for this guy who he doesn't care, and he doesn't even want to do the missions that he's being put on. So he's disobeying. That's how we're in here in the first place. Is Titus disobeyed a direct order from the Brotherhood? That is why we're in this place. He was bored. Yes, he's like, oh, I'm bored. There's nothing to do in this apocalyptic wasteland. Which means you didn't go do side quests, buddy. You didn't actually get out and do like proper side quests if you're bored. And the one side quest you picked was the one that you weren't prepared for. And then he gets himself killed. And as he's like staring down his squire, who's the only way he's going to live, he is threatening his existence. And it's like, you're gonna get in so much trouble. Oh, I'm gonna make sure you never work in this industry again. Oh yeah, I'm talking to your manager and you're gonna get fired. He just like goes.
Well, also keep in mind, like, so like Thaddeus like looked over and he saw the crushed head of the one scavenger, and then that's the same hand that it's still covered in blood, hanging directly over his head. Like it's not just
No. I'm saying Maximus, Titus, the actual character of Titus. He, it's like, okay.
No, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, like he did the dumbest thing. He was doing it. Honestly, he did a Brotherhood a favor. For the most part, everything Maximus did after that was wrong. He should have called it in, and he should have said Titus died in battle he died running away, and I had to kill the bear because that's essentially what happened.
Yes.
There's a little bit more that happened after that, but that's essentially what happened. He ran away, left me defenseless, and that is what happened, right? I am actually shocked that there's not an equivalent of body cams on these suits. Like, I'm actually surprised that's not a thing. And, so I understand that, so I got enough of that. I did not get enough of what him and Thaddeus went through, where he would contemplate that. And it also totally gets rid of me being sympathetic to Maximus's character because and understanding why he did what he did, because he immediately became like Titus
Right.
in that regard. In the regard of abusing your squire to the point that he does exactly what he did to him. He Maximus does exactly what Titus did to him to Thaddeus. So I yes, he's braver. Yes, he actually he does have night like but that initial interaction and then like the comedic thing that happens afterwards, right? That is disgusting to me
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, really, dude?
Yeah.
So so you know exactly how that feels, and you are literally putting that onto him. And you're like, "Oh, well, I got in a fight and he bullied me and blah blah blah." And I'm like,
It's the wasteland.
"Okay. All right, sure. If you want to not be better than the person that you let die. What do you think's going to happen, by the way, if you
Yeah.
treat him like you did, like he treated you?"
And he takes off the cod piece of the suit and
Yep,
tells them to clean it, just like Titus did to him. So it's
that's
like
what I'm saying.
you're not any different, dude.
It's like, "Oh, okay, so you're not so I'm not cheering you on,
Yeah.
right? Like, is that what you're telling me, Joe? I'm not supposed to cheer him on?"
Um,
He somehow came out of that situation learning absolutely nothing about how to treat a squire. I don't like, all you have to do is not what he did.
yeah.
You just have to be a little better, and you're doing exactly what he did, so that's
Yeah. It's like
yeah.
Titus set a pretty low bar and you're not meeting it.
Yes. You're not even meeting it.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Uh Anyway, so Thaddeus tells him that they have new orders, that they know that there's other groups searching for the blue thingy, and that they are
Like muffin.
to kill anybody that are in their way.
Okay.
And Maximus, they give him a look of, oh, that's going too far, but it's like, you you let your boss die, so you can't tell me you're not above doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you don't really have the moral high ground, buddy. But that's what they
You
wanted you to think, because he has a look of, oh, I don't know about that, but okay, let's go. It's like, sure, pal.
okay. Sure.
Um, Back to Lucy, and
Yay.
she finds Hollywood Boulevard is now a flooded lake area.
The
Uh,
boulevard of broken dreams.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, you got
yeah.
it.
And she sees a cute little fawn, and she's like getting all close to it with some grass, and then we hear a loud roar. And my note here is, man, I hope this creature's not underwater, otherwise that roar would make no sense.
Actually, that hearing that roar, I didn't even think about that. And it being underwater, if that's the sound it makes when it's underwater, I don't want to know what it sounds like on land, because that's very loud.
Hey, Dagger.
Freaking, freaking, freaking! I just like that you just said freaking. So funny. That's so funny. Just you're real freaky. And I liked, yeah, until I saw the other two things. I like that he,
Yeah.
yeah. I like the idea of him saying freaking and just leave. Thank you, Adega. Happy birthday.
All right.
I'm birthday girl in a little bit.
Let's see. Then we see ripples in the water, and then the little fawn turns into a CGI creature and it gets yeeted away.
He became slop to nom.
Yep.
La la la.
And then Lucy rightfully like runs the hell away from the thing.
Appropriate response. Good job, Lucy.
Yeah. But then the creature somehow grabs her from behind and is like starting to like drag her away.
Nani?
I don't know how that worked.
It's okay. It's a floopy. It's a flumpy
Yeah.
gooby monster. That is what that is.
So she grabs her tranquilizer dart. She kind of aims at the back, aims behind her, shoots it in the head, and then the creature like lets her go. But then it's like, well, that was just rude, and it eats the head of Wilzig.
Yeah.
And then like, well, this is mine now. I'm taking this as a consolation prize, and I'm back into the water. And then the creature's like holding the bag above the water so we can like see where it is, kind of like Jaws.
Hey, you know.
My note here is like, why isn't the creature just eating it?
Maybe it's not delicious. Okay. Have you thought of that? Maybe it's not good.
In fairness, I've never had a human head before, so I
haven't
don't
either.
know. Yeah.
I'd imagine it doesn't taste that good.
Preferably, I want to keep. I mean, I'm open to trying new things, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to try it.
No.
I am against cannibalism. That might be controversial, but
Wow.
that's me.
Bold of you to say.
I know. So she starts like rummaging through her bag, and then we hear a gun cock, and it's the ghoul. And we get Yodel number
Yay!
11.
Yeah. We're back.
And then he just smacks her in the face.
Appropriate response.
And he's like, "Where is it?" And he then starts like emptying the bag. She's like, "I lost it." And then he's like, "Oh, this looks like gulper waste."
This poop I'm gonna stick my hand in, that's a gulper waste.
Yep. And then I do specifically mention here, her acting here is absolutely superb. I truly did buy that she's pleading for her life.
Yeah. The
It's like
acting's great.
absolutely phenomenal.
For the most part, I'd say. I don't think I have any complaints about the acting. It's more of the characters. It's
And
more
the
of
writing.
two of our
Yeah.
two of our main characters flip-flopping on their intelligence levels. That's annoying.
Yes, but that's not on the acting.
That's the character. That's not the actor.
Right.
Very specifically, anytime we say character, unless we're talking about the character, not the actor, ever. I for the most part, because I used to blame the actor for some stuff, but as I, there's not a whole lot to do if what you're given isn't good. You know what I mean? So anyway, so now we go back to our favorite location, the vaults.
Yay.
Yay!
We get the ink spots playing We'll Meet Again as there's a council meeting going on. And Chet comes out. He says that he's been reassigned from operating the door because, he failed to do his one job, keep the door closed.
You had one job.
Literally your only job is to not open the door, and you opened the door.
Yes. So yeah, they're probably gonna fire you.
Yeah, so he's been reassigned, and then Norm goes in. Um, they and the council's like, hey, yeah, by helping Lucy, you kind of put the entire vault at risk, which true, they did.
Yeah, actually, it did. Yeah, because she knows
Uh,
where they are, so she got captured or something.
mhm. Um,
So let's see.
then Betty
Uh,
happens to mention that she's been talking with Vault 31, and everyone keeps saying, Norm, every job you've been assigned, you lack of enthusiasm. Uh, and then he just kind of points out, yeah, so how do you demote me if I lack enthusiasm in everything you give me?
Love that.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it? And they're just kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah. And Norm mentions that, hey, you know what? I just like that we're punishing people, that we're punishing vault dwellers who break the rules. Same with people who are breaking the rules to hurt vault dwellers. And they're like, actually, why don't we put you working for the jail?
Yeah, they'll show
Um,
you.
yeah. And so he brings them their food cart. He starts like sliding the food in, and they start just being animals and throwing food around, and Norm just looks on at the animals that they are.
Yeah,
Yeah, waste of food. I don't approve of that.
especially in the apocalypse.
Yeah.
So
And then back to Maximus. And Maximus is
Dr.
having
Gray.
Thaddeus up the tree looking for apples. And he's like, I don't think this is an apple tree, sir. And Maximus is like, don't worry about it. I saw one, just keeps climbing. And Thaddeus is like, but sir, I don't think this is an apple tree, and I think it's dead. And
And
I'm
then you,
like,
you zoom out to see the most dead tree you've ever seen in your entire life.
but it still had it had green on the very top, so it's not 100% dead either.
Yeah, it's definitely not an apple tree though.
No, it's not.
So
Um, and then he falls out, and they treat it like it's funny. I'm like, that he could have broken his back from that height.
yeah, I definitely thought he was gonna die. So I
And
just don't.
this is just an inconsistency with the entire world so far. Are we treating certain injuries comedically, and kind of over the top, or are we treating injuries like they're serious? Because like when Lucy got stabbed, that was treated as absolutely serious, and like, oh, she's in trouble now. But like, this guy falls at least 10 feet onto
Yeah,
his
I'd say about 10
back.
feet. Yeah, that's insane.
It's like, that is a hard landing, which easily could have broken his back. And it's treated as like, ha 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 ha. That's funny.
Ha! He did an
Um,
oopsie.
I just I personally just do not like when any product kind of goes back and forth on having more cartoon physics as opposed to like real physics. Now it's okay to have like violence that's over the top, but you you can't have slapstick to that level
Yes.
when you're treating other injuries as serious.
Yeah. It's the same thing with this, like, whether a character is being dumb or not.
Yeah.
Like, or whether that character is dumb or not. It
Hmm.
is a little flip-floppy on that. Which is
Which
especially when you're
that's on the showrunners.
yes. That's 100% on the showrunners for doing that.
You need to have a consistent tone. Otherwise, otherwise it takes the audience out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But so he falls out of the tree, and they continue kind of searching, and Maximus tells him that I saw the target leave with a girl, and but I was stopped by a ghoul. But we find the ghoul, we find the girl, and Thaddeus is like, "Wait, you left the ghoul alive?" So he's right there calling him out for being a shit knight.
It's almost like he isn't one.
Right. It's like, I kind of liked that little detail. It's like he's just asking a question, but it's a dig.
It's like, really? You allowed him to live? He's like, anyway, moving on.
But his response is he does like a threatening step towards them.
Ah, yes.
And Thaddeus immediately pivots as like, "Oh, actually, that's a great idea, sir, because everything in the wasteland leaves a radiation trail, and ghouls have more radiation than others, so we can follow him."
And I was like, oh!
They can just do this, apparently.
Well, first of all, what the shit? I didn't know that was an option. And neither did Maximus.
Yeah. So they start following the trail of the ghoul, and it leads them to Wilzig's headless body. How do they know that's him?
Very distinct.
I suppose Maximus did see him with that black jacket, not the lab coat that he left the Enclave with, and he saw the metal foot.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
The metal foot would be a bit of a giveaway.
Yeah, I was like, well, maybe it's the lab coat too.
Yeah, but he wasn't wearing the lab coat.
But he wasn't wearing the lab coat. Yeah.
So you're like, all right, I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. And then we see, so like, Thaddeus mentions something about like ghouls being like these horrible abominations, and he can't wait for when the Brotherhood eradicates all of them. And then they see Lucy, the ghoul, and Dogmeat's footprints, and they just, all right, we'll just go that way.
Suddenly, I was anti-Brotherhood by saying that you need to eradicate the ghoul. I was like, no, that's the best part of this show so far. You can't do that to me. Don't do that. It's my favorite character.
Then we see Lucy and the ghoul, and he's dunking Lucy into the water.
Totally acceptable behavior.
I do have it in my notes here. You can see her hair is wet before she goes in, so it's like, oh, that's from a previous take. Okay.
Well, that's funny because when I saw her hair wet, I was like, well, he's been doing a variety of, this is the next, he's been doing this. So like he brings her all the way up. And because I got the vibe exactly where this was, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's fishing.
Yes.
So eventually you reel the reel all the way up sometimes, and you recast,
Mm-hmm.
kind of because you're imitating animal behavior to get them to bite, right?
Yep.
So that's exactly what I thought was happening. You read it as it was a previous take, and I love that. because you have a history with like theatrics like that, and I have a history with fishing stuff. So I know, and that's what I read it as. You read it as something else, and honestly, it could be either one.
Right.
Because we don't know. There's no explanation of what was happening before, really.
I mean, but the fact that Lucy's like begging, like, "Hey, stop this," to me tells you, that he hadn't dunked her before.
Or he had it, she didn't like it.
I
She
suppose
figured
that's
out what he
true.
was. Yeah. So
No, but
that's
she
what I'm
does.
like.
No, but she doesn't realize what he's actually
Oh,
going for until later, because that goes over in the scene itself.
well, I just thought she thought he was torturing her.
Well, yeah, she does.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't. Well, he didn't explain it until she said the torture, and I was like, well, he's fishing, and the way to catch something that big is to have a big piece of bait. And he's not a monster, so he's not going to use the dog. He's going to use you. So, he's not a monster. He's just a villain. Okay.
Um,
You know what? We're gonna go with it's both.
yes, I'm okay with that.
We're gonna agree that he's been fly fishing essentially, and and also it
He's
was a
been Lucy
previous
fishing.
take. Yes, he's Lucy fishing.
um, and she's like, "Sir, but torture's wrong." And I absolutely loved this monologue that he did.
Yeah, because it's
Like,
true.
yeah, like, there were these things called studies, and one said that torturing a person don't do shit. And it makes sense. A man hurts me, I wouldn't want to do him any favors. And yet, the practice of torture failed to vanish from this earth. In fact, as time marched on, I personally noticed a decided uptick in the amount of torture being doled out across the board. My point is, if you ask me, them studies was right. Torturing a person don't do shit. And then she's like, "Well, then why are you doing this?" "Well, I ain't torturing you, sweetheart. I'm using you as bait."
Yeah. It was like, really?
I wrote it all down. That was great. I loved it.
Yes. I
um,
absolutely love his character.
but then
Uh,
also there's just these little things, little things here. Um, like one of the times he pulled her up, there's like a leech on her, and he like pulls it off.
yeah, like I said, he's a villain, not a monster. That's
Yeah,
it makes him very interesting because like he's like 200 years old, right? So he's over 200 years old at this
yeah,
point, and I can only imagine the things he's had to do to survive this far
right.
and this long.
But I have it right here in my note. This scene is where the writing is actually really, really solid. It looks like he's torturing her for information, and she's acting in kind to that. But it shows how cold he actually is, because he's just using her as bait to attract the gulper.
Yes.
Like, that's just it's very well written.
Yep.
Um, I do question, why is there a tiny crane on this pier when this was not originally flooded? It's Hollywood Boulevard.
Well, I would imagine at some point because it's been 200 years, right?
I suppose that's fair.
So I imagine at some point it was used for scavenging
Yeah,
because that's radioactive water.
it is.
So like, why would you want to go into the radioactive water? You'd basically fish for scrap, like raft, like on in the game Raft, like you're like fishing for scrap. That's how I read it, as maybe that's what that would be for, but I don't know. But then again, if I start asking, why are these things the way they are in video games? You kind of think
Yeah.
you're like, I wonder what the actual like. I wonder what the person who made this was thinking. This was in regards to you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So maybe it was for scrap. Maybe it's honestly just there because that's what the prop they needed for that scene, and they didn't think past that, and we're overthinking this a little bit.
That's
Um,
also fair. But the gulper comes in and it bites whatever the ghoul tied around Lucy's neck. I'm not sure what that thing was.
don't really wanna know what that thing was either, because 'cause I'm not
Yeah.
entirely certain.
And then
Yeah.
he tries reeling it up, and a very conveniently timed mechanical breakdown. uh
Oh, it's like you use that gun, yeah, like the best gun in the game, and it's only for that one boss
right.
because it breaks immediately after you defeat the boss. Yeah.
Um the ghoul gets thrown back, and then the gulper roars, and we see it has finger teeth.
Okay, so that was fingertip. Alright, I thought I was like, okay, so that's not what I think it is, right? So it is finger teeth. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
That is not how they're designed in the games. That's just regular teeth of the game. So I don't that is a thing for the show.
That is an interesting choice,
It is.
because then I'm like, why did you choose that?
Yeah. Because now I'm wondering, how does it chew at all? Um, because if it's fingers, it can't really chew all that much. So that implies it's a creature that's like swallows something whole. But then why is its head so much bigger than the rest than its throat?
I don't know, they might have been going for something kinda whale-ish.
Like baleen, but maybe.
Kinda like like how, like, whale teeth are
Yeah,
kinda more like
yeah,
bristles.
baleen.
Okay, yeah, okay. Thank you for making me feel silly. Rude. Rude co-host. Um, yeah, like that. That's kind of, but then why fingers?
And
So then
then
you have to
but
further
but
ask,
but
is
then
this
also
like
it's
an
like
imagine
but it's also attacking things like on land,
land
because
true.
a gulper's like a giant salamander.
Oh, that is true. It is like a giant salamander.
So it can be aquatic and on land.
You know what? Do I chalk this up to, and I'm not gonna do this very often, do we just chalk this up to radioactive nonsense?
They thought it'd be creepy.
Oh, I didn't view it as creepy. I viewed it as a big silly, floopy monster.
Um, um, it gets worse later.
I was like, "What?
Yeah,
Big silly floopy monster." Now, I like the design of it, right? I think it
yeah,
looks good, but I have questions about how it evolved to this point with
right,
radioactivity. So I almost feel like you'd need to just say it's like the radiation screwed this up and created them. But then it's like, well, then how where did they all pop up? They have a
right.
name, so that means there's more than one. You know what I mean? What are the conditions that this thing would have been created? I don't know. So the further I go down that, the more I'm like, I don't think I have the information to be able to make a point of
True.
that. And I don't know, do I need that information? Why did we? And then I go, why did we make it fingers? If it was just teeth, I could have just probably rolled with it, honestly.
No, if it was teeth, I wouldn't batted an eye. But because like I think gulpers were only in Fallout 4, and I've played Fallout 4. I've encountered gulpers. They were just teeth.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
I don't.
I
It's
do.
like when I saw that thing, I was like, "Wait, is that a gulper? Wait, it has finger teeth. Okay, that's not a gulper then. What is it?"
Yeah. Now I'm kinda curious, like, what
Like that
the
was a change they made.
yeah.
And I'm
Why
like,
did we
"Why?"
make that change?
You're we're thinking about this more than the showrunners did. That's
That's what
probably
I'm saying.
yeah.
It's like, well, if we keep
I
going down
think
this
they wanted
rabbit.
the body horror element.
Oh. Well, they really didn't need help with that.
Yeah.
There's plenty of that later.
Yeah.
Vault 4.
We'll get there.
I know.
It's
Eventually, we'll get
not
there.
today, but we'll get there.
I know. I know. I know. It's just like one of the most interesting parts of it until it's not. Anyway.
Yeah. Uh, so the creature uh bites onto Lucy's foot, and she grabs the ghoul's saddlebag that he for some reason left right on the edge of the pier when he knows he's about to encounter battle, possibly. Like, you'd think he'd know better.
Yeah, what the ghoul, man? This is like one of the only times the ghoul is a little dumb.
Like, why? Especially when we find out what he keeps in that saddlebag in just a few minutes.
Yes.
That would make this a really, really bad idea. But she grabs the saddlebag and she's using it to like hit the gulper to try to get it off of her. And then dog meat to the rescue, and it bites the gulper's hand and it goes back into the water.
That meat needs its own show.
I mean, the dog's the most noble character of the entire cast.
The most noble, yes. My favorite character, he's shortly behind the ghoul. But that's also because I like Walton Goggins. He's a great actor.
Oh, he's
And
fantastic.
I just, everything he does is great.
Yeah. So the ghoul like checks the saddlebag, and he sees that all of his vials of the yellow whatever stuff is completely destroyed. And then he points his gun at Lucy, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I should have just let you use me as bait then," which I thought was fair.
Fair, but also, I mean,
I mean, it's also kind of his fault. He left it right there on the edge of the pier.
yes, that was dumb. Come on, ghoul, you can do better than that.
Yeah. And so he's then like looking out into the pier, trying to figure out what the next step is. And she's like, "You can't do this to people." And he's like, "Why not?" She's like, "Well, the golden rule."
And I immediately went, please don't tell me it's the one that I know. Because, wow, does that not apply anymore for the most part? We're so far beyond that happening.
Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
And it wasn't. So I was like, no!
Yeah.
We're not civilized enough anymore to be able to pull that off. Eventually, sure. But right now, no, not for the most part. It's an apocalypse world. That rule kind of goes out the window. And bold of someone who was in a nice air-conditioned, pure water, food every day in a nice warm bed vault to say that to somebody who was literally there when the nukes dropped. Okay. That's pretty fucking bold.
So he then takes out his lasso and he wraps it around her neck and he forces her to come with him.
Yep.
And he's like, "The wasteland has its own golden rule. Thou shalt get sidetracked by bullshit every goddamn time."
One of my all-time favorite lines in this show.
That describes the games pretty well.
That describes yeah. In a decent game, you'll have a whole bunch of stuff to do. You'll do a lot of side quests. And for me, I'm one of those people that, all right, I do the main part of the game, and then I go out and I do side quests. Whole bunch of side quests. And then I do the main part of the game, and I do a whole bunch of side quests.
Yep.
And I flip.
That's usually what I do. I usually like kind of focus on the main story, especially if it's a compelling story. I'll usually focus on the main quest line until the enemies and stuff start getting out leveled. I'm like, okay, I will go back and do some of the side quests now to try to do some grinding.
Yep, it's like I prioritize the side quests because side quests, I know I'm gonna get a lot of XP and materials, right?
True.
So I have that, and on top of that as well, usually side quests are where you can get the best shit. in the game.
Also true.
So
But yeah, and then they leave the dog, and my note here is boo.
yeah, I went, come on, man. I'm rooting for you.
And she even says, like, what about the dog? He's like, not mine.
Like, go, man. Stop making me try to dislike you.
Then back to Maximus.
Yay.
My favorite.
He's not gonna, nothing stupid is gonna happen. Okay.
So we get some banter with Thaddeus and Maximus. He opens up the back of his helmet, and like we're showing you like how he's able to like get water into the suit, which like I appreciate details. I do appreciate details.
Yeah, I do have to. I that was one of my things when you kind of realize he's gonna have to wear that suit this whole time. You're like, okay, so how are you gonna eat,
Yeah,
drink, go to the bathroom?
at least they're explaining how he gets water. So
Like, okay, well, all right. I'm assuming there's similar processes for all of what I was wondering about.
Yeah.
So fair enough.
And so Thaddeus starts talking about Maximus because he's thinking Maximus is still Titus. And Maximus is like, well, say something about him. And he's like, well, I kind of used to beat him up, and then, or no, I used to get beat up, and then Maximus came by, and I started to beat him up, and people stopped beating me up, so that was nice. But then it's a shame that he didn't live long enough to beat someone else up.
Like,
And
okay.
my note here is, I see what they were going for. It just fell a little flat for me.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, well, I still haven't seen enough of these two for this. I feel like we missed like a whole thing.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a whole thing that we missed that would tell me everything I need to know to be. It's like we skipped. We
Yeah.
skipped something, and I wish that was there, so that I could really thoroughly enjoy the scene. Because as I'm watching it, to be specific, I didn't have an issue until I did. Until something happens, and then I have an issue.
Yep. But yeah, so it's like I can see what they wanted to have here. A moment where he realizes, oh, Thaddeus was just like I am. It just didn't do it for me because we haven't really seen Maximus do anything noble.
Well, no, we've seen him be brave.
Yes.
Kind of, in regards to that, but that's only like part of being a knight, and then you have the nobility portion, yeah. So, yeah, fair enough.
Back to Vault 33.
Yay!
And we have like a whole gathering of everyone, and they're trying to decide what to do about the 16 raiders that they have prisoner. And I have it here. You have Reg, who's the skinny guy in the neck brace.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fat dude, where is he? What's his name? I know I have it down here.
Is it Woody?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yes. So you have Reg and Woody, and they're both at the podium, and they're kind of like fighting over the mic as each one of them's talking. Meanwhile, Betty is also just she's there, but she's like sitting down, looking comfortable. It's like, you
Yes.
go. That's how you be in charge. It's like, whatever. I just want to be comfy.
Yes.
And they start debating about teaching the raiders and integrating them into the Vault Society. And I'm like, dude, they murdered people. There is a pregnant woman in the front row who lost an eye and her husband during the attack. And you want to just be kind to them? Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I that was yeah, I was kind of like, really, dude?
And everyone just goes along with teaching them like Shakespeare and calculus. And Norm is like, it's not our job to help them for what they've done to us. And
Yeah.
I have it here in my notes. And then people are shocked at the idea of punishing murderers. It's like California or New York. Um, that's a joke. It's funny.
Ah!
Yes, thank you.
Ah!
I appreciate the pity laugh.
Thank you. You're welcome.
It was a real zinger. Then a dude comes in. He's like, "Hey, I have to discuss something about the water chip." And they're like, you can just say it in front of everyone." I'm like, oh, all right. Like, that seems like a really dumb idea, because what if it's bad news?
You know. Yeah. There doesn't really seem to be a lot of good news going around in the vaults.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, Ram Bam. I appreciate that. He was like, oh, all right. The water chip's destroyed. We only have enough water for 2 months, and that doesn't include the prisoners. And just again, just the way my mind works, I have it right here. Like, so how many people died in the actual attack? Does that include that number being decreased from the population? Because that might offset some of the numbers, whatever.
yes.
And then the pregnant eye lady goes to Norm, and she's like, "You're right. No, they killed my husband, and your father would have done the right thing." And
Maybe. Maybe. Maybe he would have.
and back to Maximus and Thaddeus.
Yeah.
I know. Dog meat is still barking at the water. And
Good boy.
they start wading into the water. Why would you do that?
Thank you.
Why? Wouldn't you look for a way around it first?
One would assume.
Yeah. Because they followed the trail to here, the ghouls' trail to here at this point. They don't know that the gulper has the head right now, so they don't know that they are where they need to be. So why are you just trying to like just start wading into the radioactive water?
Yeah.
Then the gulper starts coming for him, and he sends Thaddeus back to shore, just the opposite of what Titus told him to do, showing that he is different, even though he's still a very unlikable prick, in my opinion.
Bro.
And then while the gulper is still at a huge distance and still underwater, he's shooting at it. Save your ammo, dude.
That's
Till you have
fine.
a
No. Infinite ammo in the apocalypse. We all know this.
He's just actively just shooting the water, trying to hit the creature when it's like so far off. It's like, what are you doing? Save your ammo. And then the Gulper breaches and he's out of ammo because Maximus is a moron.
I mean, he is.
Yeah. And so then the Gulper is about to attack, and then Thaddeus suddenly has a harpoon gun. Like, where was that thing? I guess in the huge ass. I guess in the huge ass bag, maybe. But like, why wouldn't the weapon be like at the ready when you're in the wasteland? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Then the Gulper attacks Thaddeus, and Maximus like runs over to get him, and then like Thaddeus is like halfway in the creature's mouth, and we saw that when it bit Lucy's shoe, it like tore the shoe completely off her foot. So like those finger teeth are still like kind of sharp because they're able to like pierce the leather and everything. And he's like halfway through into the creature's mouth, so shouldn't he be like getting like impaled multiple times? Whatever.
No.
Okay.
I know not what you talk about. No.
And then Maximus grabs Thaddeus and then pulls so hard, and the finger teeth just refuse to let go of him, and so all the guts of the creature just get yanked out of the mouth. I don't get it.
No, it makes perfect sense. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like if a creature is like biting you and like they will let go before they allow that kind of massive damage to happen.
Hey.
Just
it's, you know what? It makes sense. No, I don't know what you're talking about. It totally makes sense, Josh. You just aren't believing enough. That's what's happening here.
Oh, okay. I'm just one of those toxic haters, I guess.
You are unfortunately.
by just describing what happened. But does that not say what occurred? Am I right? Is that how you saw it?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe not. Maybe. Right. Now, I believe that the show is flawless, okay? And there's nothing wrong with it. And, you know, I just think that you like to hate on things.
By simply saying what they do.
Yeah.
Okay. Dog Meat finds the head because she's a good girl. And then they're like, oh, it has the blue thingy. And then that's it. back to the ghoul and Lucy.
Yeah.
I
don't know what you're talking about. That makes total sense to me.
Yeah. They found the head by sheer dumb luck. So the ghoul and Lucy, they're in the sandy wastes. Lucy's getting thirsty, and the ghoul is just drinking water right in front of her.
As one does.
Yeah. They come across a pool of water, but it's highly irradiated. And
Yeah.
yeah, and he's like, and he says, nothing stays clean up here, Valty. And she says, is that what happened to you? Radiation? Something like that. And
Something like that, indeed.
yeah. And then she looks up and she sees an old Vault-Tec sign with the Pip-Boy, and she has kind of like a glimmer of like a little bit of a smile, kind of a glimmer of like thinking of home. And then he shoots, and then the ghoul shoots the Pip-Boy's face.
Makes
And
sense.
then yeah, and then we get the flashback that Cooper Howard was actually he was in the vault suit, and he was the original Pip-Boy. And his wife works for Vault-Tec, and she got him to become the Pip-Boy, and he does the thumbs up pose. End of episode 3. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun
dun. Episode 3 by far had the best scene of the entire show.
What was that for you?
The whole scene where he's dunking her in the water.
Yeah, honestly, I love that. I love the monologue. I love the fact that I'm now remembering that she opened her eyes and radiated water.
She did. She did.
I love everything about the ghoul and what he said, and because he could have phrased that a whole, several different ways, and he chose that way.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Episode 4.
Yay! Hey, you know what? I will say that this is when I kind of started going, all right, Maximus. What the hell? You know? I didn't like how he treated Thaddeus. Lucy. It's like I tend to not like her, but I do understand what they're doing with her character. And I do think her and the ghoul teamed up is fun because they're so vastly different.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Because they are essentially polar opposites. Because we see he kind of had that same kind of naive attitude when back before the war. And like the 200 years later, this he's now this cold creature. So it's like I think there is definitely an element of he sees himself in Lucy.
Yes. So. Because he was similar, not like naive to the point of being obnoxious,
No.
right?
But I mean, he was perfectly willing to be the face of Vault-Tec.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, he was.
Yep.
We
will get into issues with Vault-Tec later. Because we still haven't really explored it yet in the show. But I remember what happens. we'll get there. Anyway, episode 4, it starts off with the Ghoul and Lucy. The Ghoul is
favorite duo.
Yeah. The Ghoul is coughing, which is setting something up for later. And we hear a guy screaming his own name. I'm Roger. I'm Roger. This scene was also fantastic, by the way.
Yeah.
And this is also where we establish that ghouls need to get this drug, otherwise they will eventually go feral.
Yep. So we don't really know what the substance is. We just know why.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah, it keeps them sane. It keeps them as their person. Otherwise, they will eventually just become these feral, like basically monsters, where they have no sense. They have no more sense of self. All they know is to feed. That's all they know at that point.
Yes.
And but we see that the ghoul and Roger, they clearly know each other. They've known each other for a while. And you see the ghoul actually have like pity in his eyes. As he's seeing Roger starting, fighting to stay sane.
Yes. And Mercy kill? Mercy kill.
Yeah, but yeah, it is a good yeah, but not quite, because he does ask him, like, do you have any drugs? And he's like, I'm out. And he's like, well,
Yes.
I've had a good time. It's been 28 years since I started showing, but you've outlasted all of us. So it's like they're still setting something up with how the ghoul became a ghoul.
Yes.
And then the ghoul starts bringing up, the times before the bombs. It's like, remember ice cream and apple pie? And in my notes, I'm like, damn it, I'm hungry now.
Damn it. That's not fair. You didn't have to mention that portion of it, but you did.
I did, yeah.
Rude.
But then Roger starts talking about his mom making apple pie, and then he gets killed. The ghoul Mercy kills him.
Yep.
But by bringing up it's like it is like the first, really the only instance we have so far of the ghoul showing any kind of mercy.
Yes.
But by bringing up like memories of his past and him like thinking about his mom, he gets to die still being himself.
Yes. That was kind of, I feel like, the point.
Yes. And then he starts carving him up.
Yep, we immediately went from, oh my gosh, that's so nice, to
cannibalism. As you do. Sometimes a feller just needs to eat a feller.
And I guess he does.
I suppose so. And Lucy is kind of horrified by this, and she's like, but he was sick. And he's like, he doesn't really address that. He's just like, what was your name, sweetheart? And she was like, I'm Lucy McLean. And he's like, McLean? Like, oh, okay. All right.
Interesting.
Like that name is out there.
Then you start wondering.
I mean, that's
what?
fair, Ram Bam. Waste not, want not, I guess.
Yeah. See, he just doesn't like waste.
Right. Yeah.
All right. See, Ram Bam understands.
And then she starts mentioning that her vault had hard times too. That there was a plague where many people were quarantined in their rooms and several people died. We'll just file that away for later.
Hey, Lucy. It's a bit tone deaf, don't you think?
Yeah. But she specifically mentions that her mom starved and died, and that her dad dropped 128 pounds. And the ghoul immediately just tells her, "Oh, there's people there's what people say they did, and then what they really did.
True,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yep.
And she says, like, why do you live like this? Why keep going? And he's like, the real question is, why am I doing all the work? And then he orders her to like to carve up his friend.
Love him.
Yeah. And then Yodel count 12.
Oh, you're right. It was a while between each one.
Yeah. All right. Vault 33. And we see those 3 council members, Woody, Reg, and Betty, are running for are having an election to be to become overseer. And I'm sure this election will be 100% on the up and up. There won't be any like secret ballots at any point or anything like that. Nope, all fair.
Yeah.
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 Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No issues whatsoever.
No.
So Woody and Reg are looking at one of the captured raiders. That it's starting to come to, and he immediately starts trying to take off his restraints, and they just sedate him again. Like, all right, sure, pal. I don't.
What's the point of that, guys?
All right. Meanwhile, Betty goes to Norm with pie, and that immediately makes her like my favorite character because I want pie now.
Damn it! No.
And she wants to like you're just talk about like, hey, so you said we should like kill all the raiders. And she says that it's normal. When normal boys are angry, they just pee on the walls. But a clever boy like you, just tread lightly.
Okay.
Like, okay, Grandma.
All right.
Back.
Deal with that.
Yeah. Back to Lucy and the ghoul.
Yay.
We see like these hunks of meat hanging on the ghoul's pack. Yodel count number 13.
Excellent.
Yeah. They find a basin of water. The ghoul refills it. And then at this point, Lucy finally gives in and starts drinking the water despite her Geiger counter telling her it is irradiated.
Good plan.
Well, he's like, well, okay, yeah, you're getting it. And she says, what are you? And he just says, well, I'm you, sweetie. Just give it a little time.
Love him. I do. What a horrifying thing to say to her. That was
Yeah.
so
fun. But then he has a breathing spasm and he collapses. And Lucy probably does the smartest thing she's ever done in this entire show. She runs. Her captor collapses and she takes advantage and tries to get away. That's probably the smartest thing she has done in the entire show.
It is. That is by far, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you not?
Mm-hmm.
But it's shocking she did.
Yes. But she runs right into like the bomb crater and she's like, oh, I can't go any further. And then he lassos her.
Yeah, that was short-lived.
Yeah. And then while he's trying to hog tie her, she ends up biting off his finger. And
yep.
He looks more annoyed than anything else.
Yeah, because it just grows back, right?
With a ghoul, he could literally just like pop it back on,
Yeah,
and
that's what
and
I'm
it'll
saying.
just like reset. And he's like, "There you are, you little killer." And then he picks her up and cuts off her finger.
Yeah, he
Um,
seems fair to me.
he has a line. I didn't write it down, but he does have a line about like, this is like the fairest exchange we've had.
Oh, this is the closest thing we've had to an honest exchange so far.
That's it. Yeah. um.
Great.
Back.
Just love him.
um.
Meanwhile,
Back to the vault.
in Vault 33.
Yep. Meanwhile, in Vault 33. Is that what you
See,
wanted?
I tried. I tried, and you like showed me up. So mean.
Is that what you wanted? You wanted like the Super Friends voice?
Yes, thank you. Yep, that's
Okay.
exactly what I was going for.
uh, we see Chet. He's eating alone, and then, uh, um, pregnant eye lady who finally gets identified as Steph.
Okay, yeah.
It's like, I even have that in my notes. I was like, oh, she finally has a name. I got it.
Wow. She got upgraded to name status.
Yeah. And she brings Chet some of her late husband's things, and she feels that because they were friends that he would want Chet to have some. And then she starts talking to Chet about how much she hates those monsters that took her husband Bert, which that's the first time I remember hearing Bert's name, because he wasn't really a character. I think we saw him like once.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
actually don't remember seeing him really at all.
I mean, we see this guy. I remember we see in the first episode during the raid, we see a guy get attacked, and we see the pregnant lady get like horrified at it, and that's when she like attacks him, and that's when she loses her eye.
Okay.
But then she's like she gives Bert or she gives Chet like Bert's shoes, and he's like, I will wear them, and it's like, but they look like really small for you. Can you even put those on? And I don't know if they were like trying to insinuate that. I'm just confused
Yeah.
by
I'm
like
kinda
what they
like,
were going for with the clear size difference. Because like he also like puts on like Bert's sweater, and it's also like it's extremely tight.
yes. I
Like
don't know.
it's like, I don't
I
know
don't
what
know
you
what
guys
they
are
were going
going
for.
for with like her putting him in Bert's clothing when they obviously don't fit him. I don't know what you're doing here. But then she starts like crying in his arms, and then it doesn't become crying anymore, and it becomes like all on making out.
And I got very confused. I was like, wait, hold on.
I mean,
What are we doing?
yes, grief can happen in all kinds of different ways. But this is from what we can tell, like within a week.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that long after.
Yeah. Plus, like, you've lost an eye. That would take adjustments too.
One would assume.
You no longer have depth perception, so learning how to navigate the world with only one eye would be a issue for you. In addition
Yes.
to dealing with the grief of losing your husband.
Yeah, when you looks like you're about to pop.
Well, we about that.
Thank you. Thank you for my
Yeah.
segue.
Yeah. Let's see.
How
uh,
do you want to put this, huh?
you know what? I'll just read what I put down in my notes. Um. Okay. They start foreplay and her water breaks. Thank you for that, Amazon. That was a visual I needed.
I was kind of just baffled at first. I was like, that didn't just happen, right? And then I realized, oh, her water broke. I was like, what the hell?
And I also just have this here. Okay, so since her water's breaking, she's obviously very, very heavily pregnant.
Yes.
Is it even remotely safe for her to be that intimate with someone at this point? Wouldn't it be really uncomfortable?
I have no idea. I'm gonna be real with you. I actually have no idea. And I'm not entirely sure the show knows either.
Yeah.
I
Um
I
yeah.
I just yeah. I
It was
don't know.
it was a bizarre scene.
Because I mean it was so quick.
Yes,
It was just it went
because
from
it's
I'm
like
crying
he,
over my husband to oh wait, hold on. Are you
to like getting hot and heavy to then like okay, she's using you as a replacement because she's so lonely, I guess. And
Yeah.
then to outright like foreplay and then she like backs off and her water just sprays all over the floor. Like okay, this happened.
It's just kind of weird.
Yeah. Um I didn't get it. It was confusing. Back to Lucy and the Ghoul.
Well,
And he takes her to a super duper mart, which is a fantastic name for a grocery store, by the way.
super duper.
Um, and he like pushes an intercom, and he's like, "Yeah, we're here for a transaction. Human female, mint condition." Then he like looks at her hand, near mint condition.
That's just oh, I absolutely fucking love him. He's so funny.
And then so he asks for a 2 month supply in return, and I just point this out. So this means he's done this to multiple people in the past, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's sold people to human traffickers. So just I just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna move on because I don't know what to do with that as far as that character. So we're just gonna scooch on by. Just
Yeah. And Lucy's like, "You're selling me?" I'm like, "Yeah. Haven't you learned that this is kind of a heartless world?" I,
so where do you think
why
you
have you
are
not
right
learned this yet?
now? Yeah. You keep learning and unlearning that.
Yeah, which is my biggest complaint.
With her, yes.
Yes, the her 2 steps forward, 2 steps back to her character development. That is my biggest complaint with the show.
Yeah,
Um,
probably.
so she wanders inside, and then the ghoul collapses just right there. So it's like, man, he was really holding it all together, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then a Mr. Handy pops in. Um, my God, the robots look great.
The robots do look good, especially someone who doesn't know really anything about Fallout. They look really good.
Yeah, especially a Mr. Handy. Like those would be the most complicated ones because you obviously could not have a human doing it. And they got these 3 separate arms, and it's like flying. So there's like all these technical things that you'd have to do for Mr. Handy, and he looks great.
He was fun.
And Snip Snip is his name. Which
He can't be Snip.
I love that his name is Snip Snip because we'll soon find out.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh dear, you seem to have lost a finger. That won't do." And then he just takes her like into this room where there's just a drawer of severed fingers. It just takes one and just puts it back on. It just puts it on her.
Yeah.
That's not how necrotic tissue works at all.
No, it's fine.
Especially since her real finger is with the ghoul right outside. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I did wonder about that.
Yeah. Like you can't just take a random body part and sew it onto somebody. That's not how human anatomy works.
Kind of a bummer.
Yeah. And then she starts trauma dumping onto the robot, probably because it's the first thing that's ever shown her kindness up on the surface.
I was about to say, kind of relatable.
Yeah, I know. I thought that worked. I thought that worked well. She's like,
I would have done that probably.
So. Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, I was so scared that you were gonna use me as a sex slave." And Snip Snip's like, "That's outrageous! The very idea. I'm simply gonna harvest your organs."
Yeah, see, that's so much better.
And then just that type of humor is like exactly what the games do. Just this like super chipper, really dark turn.
I like that a lot.
Like that is like very much falls within Fallout.
Falls within Fallout.
Yeah, I went there.
Wow.
And then she immediately is like, "Wait, what?" And then he shoots her with a sedative.
Which is great.
It does set up a problem later, though.
What? Are you suggesting that things have problems in this show?
I might be.
Oh wow. What a hater.
I also have a note here of this is also one of the first of many times we see a complete lack of consequences. Lucy loses a finger and then she gets a replacement in the very next scene. So like what? Why bother doing it then?
You know, you're right. I didn't think about that.
Like the end of the last scene she was in, the ghoul slices off her finger. Within 5 minutes of the next scene she's in, she gets a new one. Why even bother doing it then?
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's because she bit off his finger. Maybe it might just be as simple as that. That was their exchange. But then
there's absolutely zero consequence to it. And then also, if theoretically he could have gotten a better price if she was still in mint condition, right? So why would he damage her?
I don't know. See, I like the exchange. That's why I'm like, I like that little exchange that they had. Because I really do think I agree. I think that was the most honest conversation they had up until that point. And I just putting it in a sequence like that, yeah, I don't know why they did. You're right. I don't think that makes that much sense. Which really sucks because, I really like that exchange that they did where she runs away and he lassos her and that's a conversation that they had basically.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
now
a
it
total
seems
lack of
weird.
consequences.
Yes, yeah, but now it's weird. You're mean, Josh.
This is why it took me 8 hours to get through both episodes. I notice things.
How dare you?
But yeah, the ghoul knew this is where he was taking her, so why even bother damaging her just because he's mad when he knows he could have gotten a better price for a mint condition girl?
Maybe he's petty.
I mean, he is.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Back to Vault 33.
Yay!
Actually, come to think of it, I don't think Maximus and Thaddeus appeared in this episode.
Yeah,
Maybe that's why
maybe
it was
that's why
better.
maybe I merged that what happens next episode into this episode because I just didn't realize he wasn't in this episode until right now, which is hilarious.
Also, might be why it's like probably the best overall episode of the entire show because there's no Maximus. Just go, maybe that's just my opinion.
You being a hater, Josh?
For Maximus, yeah, I think he's a terrible character.
There are some arguments to be made that he is a terrible character.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Vault 33. Norm is wheeling a dessert tray to the prisoners, and the woman overseeing the prisoners is jealous that they get Jello cake. And damn it, I want a Jello cake.
Don't want a Jello cake. See, that didn't make me hungry.
Okay.
So, ha!
Maybe it's just because I'm just hungry in general right now.
Yeah, I am also hungry. I will say that.
All right. And he Norm offers her the Jello cake, which she eagerly takes, and she like leaves to go put it into her office refrigerator, I guess. And then the prisoner tells Norm, I don't know what the people did in Vault 32, but what they were up to was not innocent. And I then have it here. I sure hope the Vault 32 plotline is well thought out and doesn't make people look stupid later.
No, that does not.
Yeah.
So good. It was well done.
Yeah. Later, Norm is looking at the Vault 33 communication log, but when he tries to get to the logs for Vault 32, access is denied.
Ooh.
I'm like, oh, well, yeah. Why wouldn't it be? To our knowledge, nobody has gone over there since since everything shut down. So yeah.
No, it's mysterious. Okay, it's mysterious, and we don't know what's going on. It's a big mystery. Yeah. All right.
And then also since your water chip's destroyed, why aren't you using Vault 32s?
Yeah.
Just go in there and salvage. Like, everyone in Vault 32 is dead, so consider that a failed vault, and you can now just salvage it for supplies.
Yeah, that's immediately what I thought of.
Yeah, like, why are you not doing that?
Like, that would be a quest line, right? Yeah. Salvage Vault 32's water thing.
Yeah. So Norm goes to Chet, and Steph is screaming in the background as nurses are attending her, and he's like, "Do you want to get out of the house?" And he's like, "Yeah."
What a good not husband.
I mean, not his baby, and they're not dating,
True.
so it's like
True.
he's not
I
gonna.
can't argue with that.
Yeah, it's like they're not even dating. She wanted a pity fuck. That's all it really was.
Oh my god. So rude.
So they go to the Vault 32 entrance and they start clearing away the debris to get inside. And I have it in my notes here. Like, as far as they know, aren't there still other raiders that could be using Vault 32 as a base? So shouldn't they be like a lot more careful?
Gotta be real with you. I did not think about that. Yeah, I guess I just assumed they cut all the raiders. And I didn't think past that. But apparently neither did the writers, so.
Yeah, I mean, they saw like Moldaver like take people through the vault door and then it got blown up, but that doesn't mean they're not using Vault 32 still as a base.
That is true.
In fact, raiders using a vault as a base would be a fantastic place for them to have a hideout.
Yeah.
Because it would
I'd
be
probably use that as a
unbelievably
base.
secure.
Yeah.
Norm and Chet are using their Pip Boys as flashlights. It's just like the games.
Wow.
They eventually Norm shows Chet the destroyed crops that we saw back in episode 1, and they're like, "You see, whatever happened here happened a long time ago."
Galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, and
Star Wars. It's a Star Wars. It's a War of Stars. It's a Star Wars.
beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Shelbat. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so it happened a very long time ago. So if there was no food in the vault and Moldaver and her raiders were in there, they must have acted really quick then, because they couldn't survive on the no food that's in the vault. So then how did Hank not know that they weren't the normal people of Vault 32 that he's in contact with? Or if the raiders were there, but the Vault 32 people died a long time ago, were the raiders just hanging out with all the corpses and not taking any resources for their inventory?
Yeah. Their inventories were full, Josh.
I mean, I do hate when you come across like an epic item, but your inventory is full, and it's like, damn it, I'm about to face a boss. I need all the health packs.
So you do what I do, and you run all the way back to wherever the hell you need to go, and then you come back. I mean, you add like 20 minutes to your game time just to do that.
Yeah. Norm checks the dead man's Pip-Boy, and it last detected life 2 years ago.
Wow.
So how long between the Vault 32 people dying and the raiders getting inside? Because if it wasn't long, what were they doing in the vault for 2 years with that many dead people? And if they had only gotten into Vault 32 recently, why didn't Hank realize that something was wrong after 2 years of silence from Vault 32?
He was busy.
I guess so.
They have so much to do.
I suppose that's true. I guess we just I guess the overseers just never ever talk to each other. It sure would be a huge issue if we see that they are in regular communication.
Yeah, they don't talk to each other.
Yeah, I guess so. That's the only other explanation.
Yeah, that's
The
explained
vault
pretty thoroughly.
yeah, the vaults are completely cut off from each other. They don't interact except when they do these marriage pacts.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it.
yeah.
Uh, then we see there's like a TV playing something on the mice utopia experiments.
Yeah, a little
I,
confused about that.
yeah. Because I'm not sure from what we learn, I don't really see how that applies to Vault 32 from what we find out later.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, like no, it's just like the mice utopia experience where like things when things were made absolutely perfect for the mice, things just become horrible.
Relatable.
Yeah. Uh, and then we see like several instances that like people were like literally at each other's throats, and we see some people have killed themselves, and some of them in pretty bizarre ways that I have it here. It's kind of like The Happening.
Oh, I thought of the thing.
Oh yeah, that could also work.
The Happening and the Thing. Two of the best movies of all time.
God, The Happening is one of the dumbest things ever.
I see where they were what they were trying to do. It's just the execution is hilarious.
It's like the wind. Oh no.
Look, like you have this horrified expressions, and they cut away to what they're staring at, and it's just the wind going through some trees and grass. It's just never not funny.
And then I don't know why, but the hot dogs guy always gets me.
Yes,
I don't know why. He's unintentionally funny.
he's great. Probably the best character in the movie.
He's easily the best character of the movie. Oh, and the old granny that's like, "Why you eyeing my lemon drink?"
I my lemon.
I know this movie way too well.
You do. I'm actually starting to wonder if you're secretly a fan. Hmm.
I do have it, and I have the riff tracks for it, and I only bought the movie for the riff tracks.
Oh my god.
Anyway, we see there's a message written in blood on the wall. We know the truth.
I need to know why you did that.
Like, well, okay, sure, buddy.
So,
Man, this must be one massive, like, horrifying, world-breaking secret that it would cause this level of instability, right? Like, it would be absolutely an earth-shattering secret. That's the only explanation you would have that would cause what we see in the vault.
yeah.
There's no way it could just be oh, that's it.
No. No, it's exactly how you described. It's
Yeah.
world shattering.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to Lucy.
Woo! I'm doing that for everybody. I don't know if you've noticed.
I have caught that.
Okay.
So Lucy's starting to come to, which again, it begs the question: why wouldn't you have her sedated for like the entire damn thing that's about to happen? But whatever. And she sees these ghouls in these glass cages, and some of them are starting to go feral because like there's one ghoul that keeps saying her name, Martha, and like, why is she saying that name? And
Oh
it's
my
because
god, I said the same thing while I was watching this show. I was like, Martha, why did you say that name? God, I love that.
it
Zach,
was
we're never
just
letting you live that down. We're never
no,
letting you live that
it
down.
was one of those. Why did you think that was such a big deal?
Also, he's not gonna call his mom by her first name.
Right. No one does that.
That would be weird.
Yeah. So yeah, I even have it in my notes. We see a ghoul saying her name, Martha. Why'd you say that name? Oh, she's turning feral. That's how I
I feel
even
like
put it
Martha.
down.
I feel like Martha was specifically picked for the meme. I'm just saying. I
Yeah,
think that was on purpose.
yeah. But because we saw Roger earlier, we know that she's starting to lose it. She's going feral. So Snip takes her to two guys who are just sitting on the couch watching cartoons. I approve of these guys.
I also approve of these guys.
Yeah, hey memes. I mean, yeah, they're
Yeah,
organ harvesters, but they're just sitting there minding their own
they're
business.
chilling, man.
Yeah. They they kind of, they reminded me like um if Jay and Silent Bob were in the post apocalypse.
Oh my god.
That's the impression I got.
That's hilarious.
Um uh and they're like, how much does the guy want for her? And he's like 60 vials, and they're like, they just kind of like casually like check their stock. And they're like, yeah, we can do 60.
Yeah. Like, dude, we can do 60.
Yeah, we can do that. That's fine. Uh um and then I even say like I have it here in my notes. You're just gonna cut her open while she's awake. What was the point of sedating her in the first place? If you're restraining her hands, why wouldn't you also restrain her feet?
Damn it, what? Why do you keep pointing shit out like that? I'm too wondering why.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, they definitely would.
Mm-hmm. And it's also, if you're gonna like cut her open for her organs, one, why even bother with her finger? But then it wouldn't it be much easier to operate on somebody if they're sedated when you cut them open? I mean, I've never harvested people's organs, so this is just me spitballing here.
Yeah, I haven't either. I know that's a surprise. I too have not done that.
Yeah. Um. So Snip takes is taking his power saw. It's getting close. Oh my goodness! And then she perfectly kicks it so that it goes away from her and lands right on the restraint on her arm without actually cutting her arm, and she's able to get free.
Flawless accuracy.
Perfect kick. I don't have any questions about that at all. That makes total sense in the world.
Yeah.
And then she grabs a defibrillator, she clamps it onto the robot, and then it just sends a continuous shock through him, short circuiting him. Like, that's not how defibrillators work.
It totally is how defibrillators work. You've just seen using the wrong ones, okay?
Oh, okay. Because I mean, we have some emergency defibrillators at work, and I've been trained on them. They're they send out like one massive pulse.
No, it's a continuous shock, like a taser.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm it is the future, so maybe things have changed by that point, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, the defibrillators are less effective.
Yeah. And then she like grabs some draining fluid. And we find out what she's doing with that real soon. Um, she she like binds up Snip Snip and like takes him before the owners, and she's threatening to kill the robot. And their response is, "It's a robot."
And I was so appreciative of that. Because honestly, why would they care?
Right.
They wouldn't.
It's like that. Thank you. I love that. But then she tells him that she put draining fluid into Snip Snip's syringes. And they're like, okay, you can go. They're not putting up a fight. Like, yeah, all right.
All right, go for it.
And then she's like, I want the captive ghouls released too. And again, they don't fight for it. They're like, okay. And they just open it and the ghouls walk out. But then there were like 4 that they didn't release. And she's like, I want all of them released. And they're like, hey, you don't understand. And then instead of like listening to them, she just fires one of the syringes into the couch, and you see it starting to like corrode the fabric. And they just immediately just open it up, but then like they don't immediately get ready for battle, which you think they would.
Or they go, okay, and then just leave.
There's that too. Could have done that too. But then 3 ghouls come out and they immediately start attacking. And the 2 guys end up killing them, but they die in the process.
They were chill.
And then Lucy ruined it. she messed up their vibes.
Yeah. They were just vibing, man.
Yeah. But we need more women in STEM.
Oh my god.
It took you a second.
Yes, it did. I was just like, what the fuck you okay.
Yeah. But then Martha comes out and she's clearly not well. And Lucy she grabs a gun, and Martha turns feral and she attacks, and then with no choice Lucy shoots and kills Martha. And Lucy she has like this shocked look on her face because like she to me she looked shocked that it came to this. But like your actions, because you were not willing to listen to these 2 guys, you got everyone killed.
Yes, because you believed you knew what to do, even though you have no reason to believe that you know what to do.
Yeah.
Actually, it's more of a, well, my values,
Right.
which may or may not apply in this part, I'm not going to be flexible in them. And as a result, my ignorance has caused some people to die. Now, one would assume.
Now, and in fairness, these are organ harvesters. These aren't good people.
No, I'm not gonna cry tears about them. I'm kind of even fucking joking about missing them.
Right.
How dare you kill them? I honestly, they're organ harvesters. Who cares?
Right.
But this is a lesson that we all knew she was gonna have to learn the hard way at some point.
Yeah.
Is that this is not the vault, sweetheart.
Right. But I even have it here right in my notes. This should be her turning point, because this is the first time she had to kill an actual person.
You say that. That's what I was building up to. Is that
Okay,
like,
yeah.
yeah, and you would assume after this,
Mm-hmm.
she would be different. You would assume incorrectly.
Yeah.
I do not like Lucy as a character.
If she had changed at this point.
Oh, I probably wouldn't have an issue.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd have an issue at all with her.
Exactly. Like, okay, she had the learning experience of, yeah, this world is harsh. You can't trust anybody. But yeah, let me just read what I have right here that I put right here in my note. This should be her turning point. No more okie dokie, but it's not. The back and forth with her character development is so frustrating.
It is.
Because yeah, it seems like that's what they wanted this to be. Like, this is the, like, her naive vault innocence is now shattered, and like, okay, she's now she's now going to be different moving forward. But as we see, it's not. It doesn't really manifest that way.
No, it does not.
No,
it does
so
not.
frustrating.
Frustrating.
Back to Vault 33.
Yeah.
So Norm and Chet are still looking through Vault 32. They find that the Overseer is dead, and it looks like he was tortured. Dun dun dun. Norm looks at the Overseer's computer and finds out that Vault 32's door was opened from the outside. And Chet's like, that's impossible. They'd need a pit boy. And they discover it was actually Rose McLean's pit boy that opened it. Lucy and Norm's mama.
Wow.
Bum, bum, bum.
This will make total sense later.
It totally won't feel really, really cheap and stupid.
Yes.
Back to Lucy.
Woo.
She exits the place, and she's done a proper looting the place for equipment, because she's got new boots, she's got knee pads, she's got elbow pads, she's wearing a harness, she's wearing a leather shoulder pad. She is upgraded appropriately from the place that you completed the mission in.
Yeah, we all do that.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah. And then also, like, the top part of her vault suit, she's like zipped down, and she now has it like wrapped around her waist. Like, okay, she means business now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna be different from here on out.
Yeah. And it's like, if they had stayed with this, I would have I wouldn't have had any issues with Lucy, honestly.
Yeah, no, actually, if we would have just, yeah.
So she asked, like, hey, so these vials, and she holds like a handful of them.
Yes.
Like these vials here, if you don't take them, you turn into one of those things. She's just assuming that he knows that there was feral ghouls inside, but I guess. But he like just kind of like meekly nods, and she says, "I may end up looking like you, but I'll never be you." And then she hands him the vials. Golden rule, motherfucker. Which is the first time she has actually sworn.
Properly sworn, yes.
Yes, instead of like, gosh darn it, or something like that. Which I don't mind
Well,
as a character
theater.
trait. Which
Yeah.
I don't mind as a character trait, but but by having her actually swear, it's showing she's different now.
I sure hope that she doesn't revert at any point in this series.
Yeah. Like next episode. Anyway. I yep, she's learned the harsh lessons of the wasteland. She can still be herself, but she's not naive anymore. I sure hope she doesn't go right back to how she was before.
I sure hope this isn't gonna be a constant.
Yeah.
I sure hope this is gonna be totally normal and this is our new norm and we're gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful.
Yeah.
And she's gonna grow as a character.
But then she turns on her Pip-Boy and she's now following the tracker to the head. Which, as far as she knows, is still inside the grouper. So I don't know what she's planning on doing.
Not quite sure she thought that far ahead.
Yeah,
I think she was just having a moment, which,
she
fair.
yeah, yeah. The ghoul ends up taking some of the medicine, and then he goes inside, and because there's like no one around, he's taking like every supply.
Which, yeah, same,
Fair.
actually, I would do
Yeah,
that.
absolutely fair. Yep. As someone who has played the Fallout games, like, yep, you take what you can. Um. And then he sees that on the by their TV that they have a cassette, The Man from Dead Horse, the film he was working on.
Crazy coincidence.
So he sits down on the couch, picks up the remote, and starts watching his own movies, like so many like tragic has-been actors, right? You know.
Yeah, sure, we can call the ghoul a tragic has-been actor. Sure, we could say that's what happened to him.
He is not making movies anymore. Okay? He's a has-been actor.
Yeah, that was definitely his choice to not make
Yeah.
movies anymore.
And then stupidly, I did not write down what the quote was that his former self said.
Hold on.
It was like you're too ugly and have like something like that.
Hold on.
Yeah, you got the wiki.
Yeah, I'm literally looking at it. Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't write down the quote.
Oh god, it's actually the last episode. That's crazy that I can find it in. Declares he was ugly, strong, and had dignity.
That's right. He's ugly, strong, and he had dignity. And then he went, well, 2 of the 3 ain't bad. And then he shoots him.
Yep.
So he does end up shooting the guy in the film.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, I see what you guys are doing there. And then that's the end of episode 4.
Yeah, I really like that they showed that he had changed his mind on his character during the time when when he had changed.
Yes.
I did like that a lot. As like a parallel.
Yeah.
So. Holy shit, was that it?
That was the end of episode 4.
Wow. Episode 4 was quick.
Episode 4 um was, I think, is like either the shortest or the second shortest episode of the season.
Yeah, I was about to
Because
say, I was like,
the first episodes takes forever.
yeah, well, you're setting up everything too.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But that episode lasts a long time, and then I think the season finale is also.
Oh,
I
you were
think
talking
that's
about the run.
yeah.
The
I was talking about the
runtime. Yeah.
actual. I was talking about the actual run
Okay.
times. Yeah.
The first episode is the longest episode by far.
Yes.
By the way,
And
of the
then
runtime, and the second episode is the second longest, I think.
yes, and then I believe the season finale is the third longest.
Yes.
But yeah, so like of the 8 episodes, I believe like 4 of them are over an hour.
I don't know.
I think I remember seeing that, but this episode, I think episode 5 is the shortest episode of the season.
Okay.
But yeah, so episode 5 and 6 next week, I guess.
Yeah.
I will try to spread it out more, so watching them.
Yeah, it was like we're like one day off that you have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, in
Like,
fairness, there was like an hour-long break in between the episodes, but still, I did spend 8 hours.
well,
Yeah,
because we both know what's coming next.
yeah.
Because I was,
yeah.
yeah, like I said, very, very interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
I do. I really I like what they say about the vaults. Because I did find it weird initially. Why would they make all these safe havens? In this type of world, why would you do that?
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah, about that.
so um, what I say, I don't know what I think. So right now, I would say episode 3 is the strongest.
I think that's fair.
So, and I think episode 4 follows after that as far as like the strongest when it comes to how do I put this? Character development.
Yeah.
And I do think episode 3 and 4 go hand in hand pretty easily. Especially since the line that you and I were looking for came from episode 3. That was at the beginning. That was towards the beginning of episode 3 was that movie. And then at the end of episode 4 is when that you get the payoff for that. So. Oh.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts besides the ones that you've already said? Any final thoughts, I guess, would be
Yeah,
going about that?
I would say episode 3 is the best episode so far, definitely. And again, it's because I've already seen it, I know where things go, but just going off of having just this rewatch, episode 3 is the strongest. But there's so much wasted potential.
I do hate wasted potential. I'll say.
Because it's it's not like a it's it's not like a Stephen Colbert Lord of the Rings movie, which is just doomed to fail from the start.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, yeah. Stephen Colbert and his son are going to be working on a Lord of the Rings film.
Hey! Hey guys, I don't know who needs to hear this, but when a series is done, it's done for a very long time. Or ever, okay? So, like, for instance, the trailer dropped for HBO's Harry Potter. The whole time I was watching it, I went, this looks like a fan film.
Oh, really?
And
I
feel
haven't seen the trailer.
no, because I feel bad for the actors.
Okay.
I feel bad. Why do I feel bad? Because they look like the parts, but the cast for the Harry Potter movies is so perfect. The
Mhm.
original ones. Flawless. I don't even think I'd change anything, right? Just like phenomenal. I would say I'd change a little bit of the makeup on Voldemort because Voldemort is supposed to have red eyes, it slits in it, and it has regular eyes. Um, so that's kind of annoying, right? Because he's supposed to be like super like snake-like, and like the snakeness like stops after his nose. Just his nose is, yeah. So he's supposed to look more snake-like, but the cast is phenomenal. I can't get mad at like any of the cast of the original movies, and I've seen them all so many times. It's like my
Mhm.
childhood growing up. I have seen all of those movies like so much. And I've read the books so many times, and I just and I see the trailer, and I'm like, "Alright." I still don't know why we made Snape black, but okay.
Mhm.
I just feel bad for y'all. And it's like, "Alright, Mr. Snape, man." The guy who's played Snape. I understand you probably, you needed to put food on the table, you needed to make some money. I I'm kind of at the point of going, yeah, he's not supposed to be black, but that's not even really an issue I'm having with at this point. I'm like, how the hell are you gonna live up to Alan Rickman?
I think that's the bigger issue. Like
Yeah,
you can't top Alan Rickman.
you can't. I know you can't. I know you're not going to. So it's just,
I've never even read the books, and I can't separate him Alan Rickman from the role of Snape.
oh, damn, I can't really do that with anybody. Maggie Smith is McGonagall. I saw McGonagall in there, and it took me a minute to realize that was McGonagall because it wasn't Maggie Smith,
Mhm.
And it's just everybody. I'm like that. I don't know why we made Hermione black. Don't know why we did that. Kind of weird. Like just randomly doing that, but
Well,
I,
I mean, that's on JK.
oh, it is on JK. You're right.
Yeah, that one's on her.
I remember that. It's a reason why this JK.
Mhm.
You're the reason why Dumbledore was gay in the stupid Fantastic Beasts movies. Okay, I just hope you know that. All right. I hope you're aware that that was your fault. And let me tell you something. You did not do the gay community any favors by doing that. Okay. I think you actually set progress back because you said that. That was not the move. Because do you know what nobody in the Harry Potter movies while watching them was thinking? Hey, what's that old man like to stick it in? What gender do we think? Huh? Who does he like to let into his bed?
Mhm.
Nobody was thinking that about
No
Dumbledore. Like,
one no one cared.
Nobody wanted to know what his sexual preference was, his sexual orientation. Nobody wanted
Yeah.
that. Nobody wanted that, JK. Okay?
I also remember because I've seen the Harry Potter films, and I've also watched the Harry Potter films with the riff tracks to them. And
I did not know there were riff tracks in Harry
yes, there are, and they're pretty
Potter.
glorious.
Yeah.
uh, but when when Dumbledore dies, I mean,
What? He dies.
I know, spoiler,
Spoilers. What the hell?
but when Dumbledore dies, he's falling, into that whatever it was. Um,
Honestly, I thought it was just like a field. It just kind of fell to the. Are you talking about like never mind. You know what? We're just gonna move on.
um, yeah, I just remember he was like falling into some sort of void.
Well, I mean, he was falling off of like the tallest tower in Hogwarts, which you're
Maybe that was
probably.
maybe that was it.
And the void could have been like what she was calling the night, because it was nighttime when that happened. So when he fell, it was basically like he was falling into a black void, because apparently they don't fucking believe in electricity in wizard land. They light everything via candle. So
Right.
like, yeah, honestly, with that little of light, probably looked like he was falling into a void. So
Anyway,
anyway, so good.
so like when he was falling in the riff tracks, it's the only joke I remember. Uh, as he's falling backwards, one of them just makes the joke of "Don't retcon me, gay."
Too bad. Anyway, but it just it just looks like a fan film. It does. That's exactly what it gives me. And so now I'm thinking, all right, Colbert, I understand you're a big Lord of the Rings person. All
He
right, I
is.
am begging you, do not put Tom Bombadil in your damn movie.
Oh,
Don't do
it's
it,
actually
please.
going to include that.
God damn it, nobody wants that. Nobody. No, okay, nobody wants that. By nobody, I mean me. Um, I don't want that. Please don't. Okay, he is so annoying. He is so annoying. I am this happy god, basically. La 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 la. Okay.
Yeah, from what he has said, it's essentially going to be like the missing uh opening chapters.
Cool. Good luck
It's like,
trying to fit the
all right.
burning of the Shire in at the last movie and not making it look like you just threw it in there by mistake.
Yeah, the scorching of the Shire is one of those, like, it works fine in a book.
Eh,
In a movie, um,
not sure it worked that well in the book either. Kind of like,
no, it did. It did.
eh, I understand. Also, they made Saruman hilarious. Like, just immediately. He's just so funny. In the last one, I just, yeah. I'm fine with him having died. I'm okay with that.
But that wouldn't
Oh no,
have killed him.
I know. You're a little bit more. You want a little bit more of the book, and I'm like, I think we could, But also, I, you know, I experienced the movie several times before I read the books, so it's kind of hard for me to, because the movies are so good, you know.
Yes, they are.
It, it's just really hard to argue that that is not how that all should have been done. You know? It is for me, it's like, like, is it more book accurate for the elves to not show up in Helm's Deep? Yes. I am very happy they did though, because I hated that they didn't in the book. So, oh, that was rude. I was like, well, I understand why everyone's anti-elf now. Like, just Jesus, dude. Anyway, so That how about this? I will give him. I will, considering he is a big fan of Lord of the Rings. That does give me a little bit more hope. Whereas I'm not convinced that the people who made this Harry Potter thing on HBO are 100%.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
no,
not.
I am doubting that. However, it will. I should also point out. So Colbert is working on it with his son, and his son was a ghostwriter on uh Rise of Skywalker.
That is silly. Also, Ram Bam, I'm going to ignore that you wrote this, or I will have to go to Britain and fight you. We're not. I'm not. Nah, 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 nah. Does.
I mean, it's true.
Alright, da. Shut up. Moving on. Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Okay.
Ghostwriter for Rise of Skywalker is a hell of a thing to put on your resume.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have just omitted that. I don't think I'd put that on my. I'd try to make everyone forget that happens.
Oh, Lady Miss has a question.
Oh, well, I have birthday. Fight me. I live in Oxford. We're talking Taunton Road. I will fight you. I live in Texas. I think I'm gonna win the fight. Anyway, I'm messing with y'all. I don't care. Y'all gonna have y'all's opinions. You can always be wrong, and you're allowed to be wrong. Anyway, yeah. If you want to, I guess you could watch the trailer of the Harry Potter series.
Actually, I don't think I think I'll continue to try to avoid it.
Okay, you know what?
I like
Fair
the
enough.
idea of, because like since like like the House of the Dragon stuff, like I've read the book for it. I like one of us having book knowledge, one of us just looking at the show. I think it'll be a nice change of pace, because I've never
Yes,
read the Harry Potter books.
I have multiple times. Although when I did, I was much younger, and I haven't touched them since.
Okay.
So, but I am going to be watching this with Loki. I think maybe. I don't know if I'm going to be dragging him in to watch this with me.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm thinking about this now. I was like, oh, I don't know. Because I don't know what. I don't think it's. So, first of all, I don't think it's going to beat the movies at all. Like, I just don't think that's even a remote possible chance. I don't know if it's going to
Yeah.
be good. Does that make sense? I don't think it's going to be good. And also, I don't know why we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you, like, genuinely, does anyone here believe that they are going to market any of the Harry Potter stuff in the HBO thing as definitive Harry Potter merch stuff? Does anyone here think that's really gonna replace the OG stuff? I don't think so. I don't think you're gonna walk into Universal and go to Harry Potter World and they have really that much, like, at all to do with that. You know, I it's just I don't know why you would do something that is so widely considered really good. A real like the adaptation of it, and then think that you're gonna do a better one when you could just be inspired by that thing and make your own thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, Colbert, I don't think you're gonna make a better Lord of the Rings thing than Peter Jackson. Okay.
Oh God, no.
I don't think we're gonna do that. Okay. So my question is, this maybe this is a little nihilistic. Why try? Why are you trying to do this? Because all everyone's gonna do is gonna compare it to the thing that came before. And if you are not batting at the same level as they did, you are gonna be considered the inferior version, regardless of if yours is good or not. It's just because the bar is so high on the adaptation of this thing you've decided to adapt that I'm kind of like, well, then why don't you do something else with that money? Like, uh, you could do, I don't know, maybe other stuff in the Lord of the Rings universe that hasn't been made into movies yet, like the Silmarillion. You could actually make a definitive thing of that. No one's done that yet. And it's
True.
very hard to read. So making it watchable would actually be wonderful. So,
I mean, it could work, yeah.
yeah. Also, the only thing we have before in the timeline for for the Lord of the Rings that is unfortunately considered canon is the Rings of Power. So could you make something better than that, Colbert? I have full faith that you could make something better than Rings of Power. Okay, full faith.
Very true.
I do. That is going to be very easy for you to overcome that. Okay, you could make something in the second age. No, first age, second.
The problem is,
Right. I know.
as of right now, because of Rings of Power, they can't do another TV show.
Okay.
So they have to only do films right now.
Okay. Then do films. Worked out pretty well for Lord of the Rings. I don't know.
I mean, it did.
I mean, come on. Wouldn't it be funny, Colbert, if you went out and you made what Rings of Power tried to do, and you had merch sales that they can't do, and you finished all 3 films before they finished the Rings of Power series?
That would be funny.
Okay, come on. That's funny as shit. So you started after, you finished before, and you're making more money off of it. I don't know. I think that'd be a hell of a troll. Because when we saw that interview that Colbert did with everyone, and
He
after
looked
watching Rings of Power,
so disgusted.
oh, he hates it. There's no doubt in my mind. Colbert might be the Rings of Power biggest hater. So why would you not just do movies then? Probably would be cheaper to do movies than a TV series, to be perfectly honest with you too.
Fair.
So yeah, let's do movies. And you've interviewed a lot of those actors of
Yes.
those. So you might have like, I don't know, an in there? So
I question his writing ability. It's not his love of the concept.
oh shit, that is part of the whole movie thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, because he's writing it with his son, who again worked on Rise of Skywalker.
Oh no! Who
Now,
didn't
is
apparently
he
work?
was he the main writer of it? No. It's like I'm not blaming him for Rise of Skywalker, because it's like, no, it's a J.J. Abrams movie.
Yeah.
But apparently he was one of the writers that tried to fix it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Well,
We should do that, Lady Miss. Yeah, we have an in with Stephen Colbert.
definitely. Well, I will say that's all I got, and I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too.
So I think we're done here, guys.
Yeah, so episode 5 and 6 next week.
Yes.
Yay!
So, yay! So we shall see y'all next week. Thank y'all for coming.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye, everyone. Go get food. Get food.